Hey, homeboy, gather around. Some serious stuff is gonna go down. Called the Wrestle War Night, the kings of the ring. All come together and do the wild thing. Lex Luger, the Steiners, Nature Boy Sting, yeah, they all be doing that wild thing. Yeah, they all be there with something to prove, brimming with intentions to bust the move. Wow thing.
Hello again, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Greensboro Coliseum in Greensboro, North Carolina. Tonight, it's Wrestle War 90 Wild Thing. 3 championships to be decided here tonight. I'm privileged to be working with the former heavyweight champion of the world, Terry Funk.
Well, I just want to say howdy, partners. It's a pleasure being here. You're talking about wild things. You know, maybe I could be the mascot, you know, the wild thing. I look pretty good tonight, don't I, Jim Bo Diddley?
You certainly look spiffy, my good man. Ladies and gentlemen, we've already got a big story breaking here tonight. Teddy Long is alleging that Dan Spivey is injured and will not wrestle in that street fight. We'll be hearing from Gordon Solie and Teddy Long in just a few moments. But right now, let's focus on the 3 championship matches. The United States Tag Team title decided tonight.
Yes, it is. Pillman and Z-Man going up against the Freebirds. And who do you take?
I'm going with the champions.
Well, I am too. Now you take the next match.
Next, ladies and gentlemen, it is a tag team for the World's Heavyweight Championship, Tag Team Championship, the Anderson Brothers versus the Steiner Brothers.
I'll tell you one thing, the Steiner Brothers has dedicated this match to Sting.
Plus, the Heavyweight Championship of the world, Nature Boy, Ric Flair, and Lex Luger. You'll see it tonight.
It's going to be an event.
It is going to be tremendous, ladies and gentlemen. We are really looking forward to this tremendous night. 7 great matches, but with more on that late-breaking story involving the Skyscrapers, let's go back to the locker room area where Gordon Solie is standing by with Theodore R. Long.
Thank you very much, Jim. Yes, Dancing Teddy Long is with me right now.
Oh, hey, Gordon, let's get it straight, okay? This is Chicago street fight. It's not Dancing Teddy Long, it's Sugar Ray Long. So, Paul Ellering, get ready.
Well, all right, so you're ready and Paul Ellering's ready, but what about this situation with Spivey?
Well, let me tell you something. Dangerous Dan Spivey has been injured. He won't be able to wrestle here tonight. Now, he has been injured. You know I wouldn't lie to you, Gordon. I've never told a lie in my life. But I've hired another wrestler to come in tonight to take Dangerous Dan Spivey's place. Now, he'll just be in for the night. I feel very confident with him. I know that he'll be just like Dangerous Dan Spivey was right there. But I've got another big surprise, and I'm not going to tell you about that until later on, but it's a big one, Gordon.
Well, are you absolutely positive Spivey's not here and you're just doing this to throw everything off course?
Hey, let me tell you something, Gordon. Like I said, I never lie, and I don't have any reason to lie. Dangerous Dan Spivey's injured. He won't be here, and that's a fact.
Thank you so very much. And now to Gary Capetta in the ring, if you please.
Ladies and gentlemen, this first contest in Wrestle War 90, a tag team event, it is set for 1 fall. Introducing the first team in the ring from Boston, Massachusetts, weighing 236 pounds, Kevin Sullivan. His tag team partner, hailing from Sacramento, California, weighing 255 pounds, Mad Dog Buzz Sawyer. And their opponents, from the City of Sunshine, total combined weight 454 pounds, Johnny Shane, the Dynamic Dude.
Tremendous ovation for the Dynamic Dudes here at Wrestle War 90 Wild Thing. And they will be going against the veteran combination, not veteran in years of tag team experience together, but Sullivan and Sawyer, Terry Funk, have a decided advantage in the experience in the ring.
Yes, they do, but remember about the dudes, Ross, that they're experienced too. They've wrestled together as a team for many consecutive matches. You know that as well as I do, and I think they'll fare pretty well against them. Take Sullivan and Sawyer, though. Take their center of gravities. They're very low.
And so is their character, for that matter.
You got that right.
It's going to be Johnny A starting out against Mad Dog Buzz Sawyer here in Greensboro. 7 great matches tonight on this pay-per-view broadcast, including 3 championship encounters. Collar and elbow tie-up, and Sawyer muscling Johnny Ace back into the ropes. Nick Patrick, the referee.
Look at this, Sawyer. Let's see if we get a clean break here. This will be something extremely unusual for him, won't it?
Certainly will, and probably we won't see that too many times in this contest, knowing Sawyer and Sullivan as we do.
You know, I'm looking forward to seeing that jam sandwich by Sawyer. That's where he gets up on that top rope and jams that opponent of his between the mat and himself.
Side headlock by Buzz Sawyer, the 10-year pro. Been a World Tag Team Champion on 3 occasions. High School Athlete of the Year in Florida, his senior year in high school. He's a great athlete. Going to the far side. Nice leapfrog there by Johnny Ace. And catching Mad Dog Sawyer out of the ropes. Drop kick, and Sawyer all the way to the floor.
Right on top of his head there. I'm sure that didn't hurt him.
Sullivan and Sawyer to the punch with the fisticuffs.
They shouldn't have done that right there, because you make this idiot here mad, you're in trouble. Oh, Buzz, he's about one screw loose, isn't he?
He certainly is. He is a very unusual individual, to politely say the least. Sawyer, a straight-ahead wrestler. He's got, as I said, great amateur skills. And the tag made. Johnny tagging Shane, who's on top there. Right off on the arm of Buzz Sawyer, and Kevin Sullivan tags in. Nice arm drag takeover by Shane Douglas on Kevin Sullivan. Sullivan muscling that low center of gravity. Douglas back to the corner. Good teamwork there to prevent the Irish whip. Ooh, a lot of velocity. A lot of velocity with that Irish whip. Snap mare, over goes Sullivan, and a rear chin lock by Shane Douglas.
Nice duck under there, came up with a hammer lock. Nice move by Kevin Sullivan. Another reversal by Shane Douglas right there. And another hammer lock. Quick tag. They got him in their corner. They got the advantage right now.
The dudes would like to control the tempo of this match if at all possible. They like that high-tempo, fast-paced match. That's their style. Sullivan and Sawyer would be somewhat more methodical in offensive philosophy, and a good move to get out of the corner.
That was a smart move on Johnny Ace's part right there. You see, they pushed him in the go. Look at that!
Well, Sullivan and Sawyer having a slight disagreement.
I think Sawyer got the worst end of that one.
Sawyer is one strange individual. Sawyer pushing Johnny Ace back to the corner here. Ooh, goodness.
I believe he hurt his hand that time.
Oh, Sawyer missed. Johnny Ace quickly moved out of the way, and Sawyer went all the way to the ruse post. Shane Douglas tags back in. They have tagged in very quickly, Terry, in and out. I think that's a good strategy thus far.
Yes, they have. You know, I'd hate to try to figure out what it would take to make Buzz Sawyer quit in a match. I don't think I can recall when he's ever given up. Can you?
I certainly cannot. Standing armbar by Shane Douglas. Oh, man, what a move there. Watch Sawyer take advantage.
Decline that referee.
Referee is detained back in the ring. Suplex on the floor. Sawyer taking a drastic shortcut here on Shane Douglas. Look at Sawyer's expression. He loves what he just did.
That was a tremendously smart move on Kevin Sullivan's part. You saw him come in there and take that referee away. That was pre-planned right there. And I'll tell you what, it might be a bad position for Johnny Ace and Shane Douglas right now.
Oh. Sawyer right off the apron to the small of the back, and that is perhaps now will become the focal point of the attack of Sullivan and Sawyer to work on the back of Shane Douglas. Young Shane Douglas, a 3-year pro who has a master's degree in education from Bethany College in West Virginia, a well-educated young athlete, but his education may not come in handy right here. It's gut check time.
They're right on top of him on that floor right now. The referee's back over there this time, though, where he should be and where he should have been before. Looks like a belly-to-belly. Oh!
Sawyer, belly-to-belly suplex, takes him up and over, and Shane Douglas barely kicked out. Just barely got the shoulder up. Side salto suplex, and he's driven to the canvas by Buzz Sawyer. Sawyer on top. Oh, another close one.
Did you see how Buzz Sawyer picked him up and then drove him back down into the mat that time?
Here comes Kevin Sullivan. Sullivan was a 4-time state champion in Massachusetts at 4 different weights in high school. Sullivan, will he go over? Yes, he does. Sunset flip. But Shane couldn't hold him down here. And Sullivan holds the leg while he makes the tag. That's a good move by Sullivan. I don't like it, but it's a good move.
You bet it was. It protected that position that they're in right now of keeping him in the ring without making a tag, and they're not only working on the back, they're chewing on it.
He has that Peter Boyle look about him. I wonder if he's had a lobotomy or something. Very unusual man. I don't know. Sullivan, who's trying to be his mentor, so to speak. This guy needs a psychologist, not a wrestling manager. Bear hug.
I hate to say this, but he looks a whole lot like my daddy did.
That bear hug, very basic elementary wrestling maneuver, but now that Douglas' back has been injured, very effective move.
Yes, it is, and now he's got him down on that mat while he's got that bear hug right now. He better watch his shoulders, because this might be it. See, he's also squeezing right now, but pushing his weight down on top of him. It takes your breath out of the way from you. It's very difficult to fight your way back to your feet here.
And another interesting point, Terry, is that Sawyer and Sullivan have slowed the match down to the pace that is more conducive to their style of wrestling.
You're absolutely right. Shane made it back up to his feet. Oh, there went a right. Let's see if he gets, there's another one there.
Well,
he's trying to drive Sawyer off, but he's having trouble doing it.
Sawyer, that clubbing blow, and Shane in the wrong part of town as Kevin Sullivan, the son of a Boston police officer, comes back in the ring, but Shane reverses the Irish whip, appropriate enough for Kevin O'Sullivan there, but Sullivan caught him right in the face. Cheap shot on Johnny Ace. The referee's got to put Ace out of the ring, and oh my goodness, right over the top rope.
Another planned move on that team's part right there, Ross. You saw that. Kevin came across and hit Johnny Ace, antagonized him. Whenever he came in, he threw the other man over the top rope. Now they're out on the floor on top of him.
The wrestlers have a 10 count to get back in the ring. If they have not been molested, so to speak, if they're untouched, he has a 10 count out there on the floor, and referee Nick Patrick, I'm sure, will be exercising that count, trying to get the wrestlers back in their respective corners. But look at Sawyer. He's here to help, he says.
Here to help. Yeah, it's about like, I don't know, I don't expect.
That's what Custer told the soldiers. I'm here to help. Shane Douglas fighting back. This kid, as we have seen in many, many occasions, along with his partner, have a great fighting spirit. Fans have really, I think they're behind these kids solidly in this contest, quite obviously. Sullivan tags back in. Good Lord. Oh, what a chop.
I'll tell you what, that's what makes me glad that I'm not still professional wrestling, Jim Ross, and up here with you. Whenever you see those chops go in there like that, you see Shane Douglas coming on strong through the legs. He makes the tag.
Here comes Johnny Ace, the legal man. Johnny Ace full of fire, trying to fight off both men. Good scoop slam on Sullivan. Johnny Ace looking tremendous here. Sends a Sawyer for the ride. Good drop kick by the 6'4" youngster, Shane Douglas. Drop kicking Kevin Sullivan, who just wants to get out of the ring right now. He missed with that head scissors. He went for it, but perspiration was the enemy right there.
Oh, snap suplex.
Ooh, that was a good one.
That sure was. Look at him hanging on to his neck right now. Let's see if the dog can fly right here. Here comes a bald eagle with a jam sandwich.
The bald eagle, as Terry Funk described it. Johnny Ace had it going his way, but he missed that head scissors.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winners of the match, the team of Kevin Sullivan and Mad Dog Buzz Sawyer.
at it. There goes that bald eagle with that big arch, that big flying, controlling his body. And there's that jam sandwich right there, and the referee comes into it.
Fans, let's go now to Missy Hyatt, who's standing by with good old Norman.
Thanks, guys, and I'm here with Norman the Lunatic. And Norman, you have a match coming up with Cactus Jack Manson, and I wish you luck.
Oh, thank you very much, Missy. You know something, Missy? You look a lot like my sister.
Oh, well, thank you.
She's a lot bigger than you, though.
Well, I'm sure she's pretty.
Well, she's kind of pretty. You know, if she was here, I bet she'd give me a nice hug for good luck. You want to give me a hug?
Okay.
Oh.
I hope that brings you some luck, Norman.
Hey, you know, I bet if you give me a kiss, I'd have all kinds of luck.
Okay.
Oh. You know what? One more, I'd have real good luck if you give me one more of those kisses over here.
Well, I think the bell's ringing, and let's go to the ring right now. I think I was just saved by the bell.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is a special attraction. It is set for one fall. Introducing first, from Truth or Consequences, New Mexico. Weighing 264 pounds, Cactus Jack Manson. And his opponent, from the State Hospital, weighing 384 pounds, Norman.
Norman weighed in at a slim trim 384, down from 386, so he's been training for this, Terry.
Yeah, he has. He's got the head of a buffalo and the body of Roseanne.
Norman, one of the most popular athletes in the NWA. He's got a heck of a teddy bear collection. He's got some autographed pictures, and I wonder if he's going to give that big teddy bear away.
I kind of like that beanie. I'll bet it would look good on you, Ross.
Probably wouldn't hurt anything, but
Think you might be able to fly with it with that propeller on top?
I don't think so. He's got that headband on. Avenge Sting. All the wrestlers are dedicating their matches tonight to the Stinger. He's on the NWA Wrestling Hotline right now. He will be on this broadcast. Sting just arrived shortly before we went on the air. I knew we couldn't keep him away. He will be here live in this program for you fans. Norman Toy tosses that teddy bear out to the fans, a souvenir for someone.
I'll bet he'd like to throw Cactus Jack out of the ring that way. Jack's right on top of him.
Cactus Jack knows Norman is a big, massive man that you don't want to get untracked. Cactus Jack, a real deranged individual from Truth or Consequences, New Mexico. He told me he had a college education, a degree. I wonder if it was in special education or something.
I don't know.
He may have been a guinea pig.
Yeah, he destroys the name of his hometown, doesn't he? Truth or Consequences. I haven't heard him tell the truth too many times.
Norman goes to that ride, and Cactus Jack with a big elbow. Jack 6'4". 1, 2, and no! Norman pops him right outside. I know Norman even knows how strong he is. Right there at the feet of the world's most dangerous announcer, Gary Capetta. Norman, this match is not going to be a battle of wits. It may be a battle of nitwits, so to speak.
You've got it there. Take a look at those eyes on Cactus Jack there. Cactus Jack drinks his coffee black. Have you ever heard that song?
He told me before we went on that his favorite color was light black. But his goal in life is to be the foreman of the Double Cross Ranch. Are you taking applications?
Well, if the pay's right, you know, he can't expect to get rich out there, but for a decent meal, I might get him out there. Norman shoots him off, catches him with that big clothesline right there.
Norman won one wrestling boot on and one roo. That's for speed. He don't want to be too fast, so he's got one roo on and one boot, but Cactus Jack catches Norman in that ample midsection coming in, and that the head's a little hard. I don't think that's going to work.
Sure doesn't look like it right there.
Ooh, headbutt. Good offensive move by Norman. About as basic as you could get.
Well, Norman's a basic wrestler. He's like a bear. It's instinct with Norman. I'll tell you, that's a big forearm to the back of Cactus Jack right there.
Cactus Jack, the 4-year pro, set for the ride. Move the ring. What a velocity there from Big Norman. 384 pounds. And he's a real buffet buster. Bear hug by Norman. The Hoss Cartwright of the NWA.
Well, you know, you look at Hoss Cartwright and you look at Norman, and I'll bet Norman, he might be able to ride a horse too, but I'm not so sure he could. I know one thing, though. He's hanging on to that Cactus Jack right now, hanging on to that bear hug. There you see those two massive hands. See the size of those hands there? I shook hands with him. He's got great big bear paws on him.
Norman says, hey, here it comes. Ooh! Cactus Jack just planted there in the corner by Norman. Cactus Jack, a man that takes a lot of chances and a lot of physical abuse, but he is at such a high threshold of pain, he keeps coming back. From pillar to post, he's driven.
Oh my gosh! I'll tell you what, he's suffering the consequences right now.
And that's the truth.
You are so clever tonight, Ross.
Rake of the eyes by Cactus Jack, slowing Big Norman down. Norman's head ran to that ring post. The referee back in the ring.
Whoa, my gosh! Right onto that cement floor. How can that guy ever possibly get up to his feet again?
Referee had his count up to 8 when Norman got back in the ring. Now he's trying to communicate with Norman.
Cactus Jack is back up on his feet. I can't believe that this guy can take some punishment.
Man, he is one tough customer. Norman just nailed him, and this match is certainly not the classic wrestling catch-can style. Ooh. Norman just made the ring move, and the referee again trying to now communicate with Cactus Jack. I'll tell you, Mike Atkins, that's futile.
Cactus Jack just came off of there with a drop kick off of that apron.
Norman having a little trouble getting back in the ring. The big guy may be counted out here. We're not careful. Norman back on the apron. Big right hand, the taped right hand of Cactus Jack. Stomps him in the face. Big forearm blow there by Cactus Jack Manson.
Big knee into the back right there.
Norman's hurting. The big lovable guy whose favorite movie is The Wizard of Oz. Can you believe that, Terry Funk?
His favorite move is The Wizard of the Oz.
His favorite movie, The Wizard of Oz. You know, Toto.
Well, speak a little bit clearer there, Ross. I didn't understand you that time. His favorite movie is The Wizard of Oz.
And I wonder why. He understood the plot. Manson ripping at the face. Cactus Jack. Norman missing a couple of 3 molars up there on the top side.
Oh, looked like he just cleaned his nose for him right then, too. There comes a knee into the side right there. Norman's on his knees right now. What's Cactus Jack doing? Looked like he put something in his mouth there.
Cactus Jack has got a big target there when he wants to hit him in the midsection. Now he's biting him. Man, this match is a little strange. It is not the classic wrestling match as I mentioned. Now there's a lateral press.
It certainly isn't going to be like that main event is, that World's Championship match. I'll guarantee, you know, I want to talk about that a little bit. You know, you take Ric Flair, for example. You take away that flamboyant entrance. You take away that $20,000 robe. You take away that music. You take away the right to walk that walk and talk that talk. And what have you got with Ric Flair? Ha!
Probably the greatest world's champion of all time.
You've got the greatest bell-to-bell wrestler that has ever stepped into a professional wrestling ring, and I am telling you people out there the truth.
And you know that from experience. You've been in the ring with him.
Yes, I do.
The headbutt is working in this, the reverse for Cactus Jack. It's like headbutting a wall, and Norman's headbutt has been very effective in this match. And now Norman, who's a little bit riled, as they say out in West Texas your way.
Riled, is that what you call it there? I'll tell you what I call it, downright mad. You know, you go ahead and start throwing those left and rights, but this Cactus Jack keeps on taking over on him. There's 2 count.
Lateral press and a near fall. Cactus Jack now with that double reverse chin lock there. Got the arms locked around the head of Norman. I wonder how Norman's cardiovascular conditioning will affect this match the longer it goes.
I don't know, but you see right there, you can look in that mouth of his, and you see where he's missing those teeth?
Yep.
That should tell all of you kiddies out there not to eat so much candy. Stay off that candy and you won't have them cavities.
Cactus Jack with a modified version of the camel clutch on Norman. Pulling back on that big neck.
Looks like shades of the old Sheik there, Farhat, Eddie Farhat, doesn't it?
Certainly does, or Skandar Akbar or somebody. Norman got underneath him.
Whoa.
But look at this strength. Can he get him up?
180 pounds, is he gonna get him up? He does.
What's he gonna do with it?
Whoa!
Fell right back. Cactus Jack landing on the back of his head.
I'll guarantee you one thing, if he can't ride any better than that, he'll never make it as foreman of the double cross.
Cactus Jack was lucky enough to move out of the way and miss the big splash. Now he's back biting. And he's a vicious individual, a man that has aligned himself with Kevin Sullivan's managerial talents and leadership, if you can call it that, right on top of Norman.
He's going to try it again. This is a mistake. He's telegraphing it. Norman was out of the way that time.
He hung himself right on the top rope, and Norman just headbutted him again. Norman's found an offensive move that works, and he's staying with it. Straight right hand by Norman. It's turning into just a fight here now. High elevation there. Norman now on a roll, so to speak.
He's on a roll, all right. You know, if he'd lay down, he'd be on a roll all the time, wouldn't he? What's this? He's going to try. Nah, he'll never pick him up for a pile driver. Never. He can't get him up for a pile driver.
Uh-oh, here's Norman. Good night, Cactus Jack. 1, 2, 3. Norman has won this one, and he's so happy.
Oh, look how
Ladies and
happy he is.
gentlemen, the winner of the match is Norman!
Norman has won it. Much to the delight of the fans here.
There you see it. He is trying to pick him up for a pile driver, but Norman reversed it. Now watch this beautiful drop right here. Right in the mush. 1, 2, and 3.
Fans Gordon Sully standing by with Jim Cornette.
All right, gentlemen, and right now I'm with Jim Cornette, the Midnight Express, and of course the last time you met the Rock and Roll Express, you came out victorious. However, tonight things may change.
Oh, lots of things change in life. People change, places change, things change. The Berlin Wall came tumbling down. Preachers and politicians fall off their pedestal. New ones rise up to take their place. And a lot of things change in professional wrestling, especially over the last couple of years. But some things never change. The Rock and Roll Express and the Midnight Express, still the greatest tag team matchup in the history of professional wrestling. Some things never change. We still hate the Rock and Roll Express's filthy, stinking guts, and some things never change. Today, right here at Wrestle War, we're going to do everything we can to beat them, to hurt them, and to put them out of wrestling. Because the Midnight have faced the Rock and Roll more times than they've done Hello Dolly on Broadway, but we never get enough of beating those punks up. Some things never change. We're still the greatest tag team combination in the history of professional wrestling. Always have been and always will be, regardless of who says different. Stan, what day is this?
The day the music died.
Rock and roll, you
Let's
better
go
watch
back
it.
to the ring, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following tag team challenge match, it is set for one fall. Introducing, from Memphis, Tennessee, total combined weight, 440 pounds. They are 4 times World Tag Team Champions. Ricky Martin, Robert Gibson, The Rock and Roll Express.
legends of the world in tag team wrestling.
Your mama don't dance and your daddy don't rock and roll.
This perhaps is the longest ongoing tag team rivalry in the sport today. And will it all end here at Wrestle War Wild Thing?
I'd like to say one thing, that these two teams are both phenomenal tag teams that understand each other move for move. I'm talking about the Rock and Roll Express. Those guys know each other so well. And then you take the Midnight Express and this goof, this horrible looking individual there.
The man who stole Ivana away from Donald Trump. He's your friend and mine, Mr. Jim Cornette.
Well, I didn't even know he liked girls. I know he was a mixed doubles tennis champion in the prep school, but I thought his mixed doubles, I thought his partner was a man. I don't know.
Who knows, huh? All I know is about Jim Cornette is he is about the most overbearing, obnoxious individual that I've ever seen in my entire life. I can't stand him.
Would that be because he is on the Power Hour on Friday nights on TBS and maybe you're not?
Oh, you're trying to tell me that I'm jealous of Jim Cornette? I'm jealous of that body? I'm jealous of that pair? I'm jealous of that mouth? Is that what you're trying to tell me, Ross?
Inquiring minds may want to know this.
Well, all I know is I'm a whole lot better than he is, and I can't understand why I'm not there with you. No, I didn't say that. I didn't mean that way.
All right, well, we'll not. I brought up a very bad subject that we'll get off of, as Robert Gibson will start it out against Sweet Stan here. This match should be a phenomenal tag team encounter. These teams have a total disdain for each other and have had for a long time.
I promise you people that you're going to have trouble keeping up with this, and you're going to have trouble keeping up with it as a commentator. These guys are so fast.
I'm sure you're right there. Nice arm drag out of the collar and elbow by Robert Gibson. The thing about this match and these two teams, they have wrestled each other on numerous occasions. They know each other like the back of their hand. It would seem to me that the winner of this match will be the team that can capitalize on a big mistake. Nice hip lock.
It's going to have to be that way. You're going to have to look for that mistake. You really are, Jim. And when you find it, you've got to take advantage of it. Try to get that quick win. Try to get that 1, 2, 3 count in there real fast. And that's going to be the way that this match is going to be decided. I'll guarantee a nice tackle by Gibson.
Big tackle taking Stan Lane right up and over. Nice legal maneuver, Jim Cornette. Not too happy with the way things are going thus far. Referee going over some things with Robert Gibson there. I didn't see any rules being broken personally.
Not one rule broken at this point. Let's see if we can catch anything here as he shoots him off with that. Here he comes with another tackle. Drop down right there. Leapfrog.
That's what I mean. They know each other so well that Robert Gibson virtually anticipated that counter move by Sweet Stan. And there you see the man voted most humble at Mrs. Finster's finishing school for nice boys, Jim Cornette, he has a real hard time ascertaining the truth.
I'll agree with you on that. He's not like me, is he? I tell the truth constantly.
You tell it like it is.
Tell it like it is.
Well, Stan Lane trying to intimidate the official, and that is not going to work. We have a great string of officials here. that? Those are spandex pants he has on. He wants to fight the referee.
I might go down there myself. I'm going to take this coat off. I want to get in the ring and get after him myself. Look at him.
To stay calm, this crowd.
Oh, here they go.
Hey, we may have an extra match here. He with a pear-shaped body is very, very upset.
That looked like Jimmy Swaggart on a Sunday morning.
Right after he left Airline Drive in New Orleans, perhaps, a little embarrassed with his shirt tail out.
Get away from him!
I'll tell you something. We got a competitive situation with all 6 of these individuals. And that does include Nick Patrick, the referee. The Prince of Polyester almost bit off more than he could chew on this one.
Almost. Old Nick didn't back up at all, did he? That referee didn't back up, give any way at all.
Ricky Morton now in. Comes to the far side, up and over. He is so quick. Atomic drop. Bobby Eaton was coming into the ring, and he met his partner. They were really introduced there by Ricky Moll. Good grief. What are we seeing here?
I can't believe it. I can't believe we got this much dissension among these 3 people that have been together so long already.
Cornette settling things down with his troops. Sweet stand now back in. Ricky Morton still the legal man for the Rock and Roll Express. Between these 2 teams, they have held the most coveted prize in tag team wrestling a total of 6 times, which is just phenomenal. Straight right hand, and he found his mark. Oh, another one.
Gosh.
Stan Lane, the Beach Boy, really letting Ricky Morton have it. Scoops him up and slams him, and now tags in beautiful Bobby Eaton, who's met with an arm drag, and an arm drag number 2. Eaton put on the brakes there and rock and roll.
That Ricky Morton uses a snap arm drag. He gets in there tight, and he'll bring you right back down in on your own shoulder. He can drive a shoulder and knock a shoulder down with that particular type of arm drag. I don't know if you've noticed that before, but he'll really duck in there tight, cinch up on that arm, and snap it in.
That's a very good point. Very good point. Of course, Terry Funk, former heavyweight champion of the world, and we will see the World's Heavyweight Championship decided here tonight at Wrestle War. Now a test of strength. I would think Eaton may have the advantage here.
Well, the height gives you the advantage sometimes, Ross. When you're taller in a situation like this, it gives you a little bit more advantage on a hand-to-hand strength test like this.
Morton back up to that vertical base.
Whoa! Holy mackerel! Whoa!
Gibson came off the top.
In
Morton climbed the ladder.
25 years of wrestling, I've never seen anybody climb a ladder like that.
How many years?
Well, maybe a few more, maybe a few less. At my age, I can't remember.
I wonder if we'll ever know if he's bruised.
I don't
Cornette
know.
could probably tell us.
Might have kicked his brains out there.
We'll have to get an injury report on that from Jim Cornette maybe later in the week.
I'll bet he'll volunteer the information, too.
Well, this thing is, as I said, both teams are very offensive-minded teams. Both teams are very similar in philosophy and style. The team that makes the first big mistake, I think, will be the turning point in this match.
Morton and Gibson have been frustrating these guys time after time, but that...
Cornette just pulled a foot, and now as he waddles back into the ring, he's, oh, the top rope doesn't break.
Oh.
Give him the racket and send him home.
Time after time, the Express has gotten the advantage on these guys. They've done a great job so far of taking their minds off of what they should be doing, thinking about competing, thinking about beating those other fellas.
Little external heart massage there by Sweet Stan.
That's an impossibility to do to this guy right here because he don't have a heart.
I thought you might infer that. And I can't disagree either.
Don't you really want me as your partner all the time? Why don't you get rid of that moron?
Which one, him?
Yes, him. Not me, I'm talking about him. Oh, my gosh. Oh.
Straight right, beautiful Bobby. And Robert Gibson. Nice reversal there. And boy, they got him up in the lights. Double clothesline on Sweet Stan coming in.
Oh, my gosh.
Up and over, what a move. I have never seen the Rock and Roll Express look any more crisp than we have seen thus far in this tag team event.
They are extremely sharp tonight.
Cornette's going to have to really get his strategy together, perhaps amend his game plan here. Beautiful Bobby kind of shaking it loose there, getting his senses back about him. Downstairs he goes with a knee. Bobby Eaton from Huntsville, Alabama. Been a pro 10 years. Tag made. Here comes Sweet Stan. An arm drag takes him over. Robert Gibson tags in Ricky Morton. Man, the tags, and it's just been, it's hard to keep up with how many tags we've had.
Double elbow off of that rope there, Jim Ross.
But Stan Lane fights back. Tosses Ricky Morton outside and follows him there.
Uh-oh.
But Morton blows him. Good Lord grace. Oh, right in the head. I hope he's not been lacerated here. I think he may have tried to block it, but he still hit that post with a lot of velocity, and he's lucky enough to make the tag. Bobby Eaton doesn't look too excited about coming in.
The R&R have countered every move to this point. If I was Jim Cornette, I'd be extremely frustrated.
Ricky and Robert say it's great to be back home in the NWA.
And I'll tell you what, it must be good for him because that Ricky is looking better every time I see him get into the ring. Gibson, too.
Bobby Eaton's got to make something happen here. They got to get on the... Ooh, good Lord. That right hand came from Sweet Home Alabama. But he fights back.
Trading back and forth, Ross.
Something's got to give here.
Oh, my gosh.
They both went over the top rope. They both fall to the floor. And they're both hurt. But Sweet Stan's the first one around. Big slam. That may be the big break that the Midnight Express have needed as Cornette helps beautiful Bobby back into the ring. Hey, they'd love to win this one by a count out or any way they could.
Any way they can get it, they want it, and I don't blame them. I'll tell you what, they've got the advantage now, though, after that slam on the floor. Both of them went over that top rope, and then they came around there and slammed him on the floor right there, and he's hurt.
The rules of the NWA, they have a count of 10 to get back in the ring from the outside or the apron. They must break their illegal moves on 4. They're disqualified on 5. And that is a great backbreaker by beautiful Bobby, who goes right for the choke.
He should have gone for that pin right then. He should have gone for that pin. He might have possibly gotten that 3 count in. People are on their feet here. Some of them are right now. What's this? Oh!
Morton's neck snapped right off the top rope. And Morton's face tells the story. Look at him rake in the face. And Cornette, with the handle of the tennis racket, he buried it as deeply as he could into the throat of Ricky Morton.
The momentum has certainly changed now, hasn't it, Ross? It doesn't look too good for these two right now. Beautiful kicks by Stan Lane right there.
Ricky Morton has been known to take a great deal of punishment and keep on ticking. Nice drop to the hold and an elbow by beautiful Bobby, who's been tagged in.
Inventive moves on Lane. There's a 2 count. Almost had it in there. Inventive moves by this team right here, the Midnight Express. They invent moves, don't they, Rob?
They certainly do. They are certainly innovators, thanks, of course, to the leadership of their manager, James E. Cornette. Standing vertical suplex, and Bobby Eaton really snapped that off. He left the ground himself. This may be all. Referee down 1, 2, and coming for 3, but the shoulder was up. Lane tags in.
What a gutty guy this boy is right here. Isn't he a gutty boy? I'm telling you, he'll continually fool you by kicking out, fighting, and he never gives up.
Power slam, leg grapevine, and Robert Gibson, sensing that Ricky Morton may not have been able to kick out, interrupted the count. And Stan Lane prevents the tag, and then nails Robert Gibson, knocks him off the apron. Those Morton outside, keep your eye on Ricky Morton. He's going to be fair game here. Morton up on the shoulder of Bobby Eaton. Drops him on the security railing.
If Ricky Morton can get up from that, I'll guarantee you, he can't get up from that one right there. If Cornette will leave him alone, if they'll leave him alone, he'll get counted out of that ring right there. He can't get back up to his feet. Not after driving his face into that railing like it.
Now look at Cornette. Cornette, the ultimate insult for Ricky Morton. I don't know how effective physically it was, but mentally it's got to be humiliating for Cornette to strike another man. Beautiful Bobby now. Ricky Morton, did you hear that? The side of his head ran the ring post, and you can hear the impact. But beautiful Bobby is not the legal man. Morton almost pinned again.
Hey, does he still have that? He's still got that tennis racket. Look out, beautiful sunset flip. He's got him down. He had him down there almost for a 3 count. Where was the referee?
The referee was detained by Cornette, and the referee having trouble with restraining Robert Gibson. In the meantime, Stan Lane was blatantly choking Ricky Morton, who's got to be grasping for oxygen at this point in the match. There's a tag. The tag was made. Morton's not aware of it. Neck breaker. A blind tag. No one does it better than the Midnight Express.
Get on top of him now, Eaton. Get on top of him. Take advantage of him now. Now's the time. Big right.
Morton having a hard time standing, but he's fighting back on instinct. The youngster from the Volunteer State will not quit. Oh, my goodness. Face first. He may have hit the steel support that holds the turnbuckle in place.
I'll tell you what, this boy is taking more punishment.
Stan Lane with his foot right in the throat. You can see it. Great camera work. We're going to take you right inside the ring tonight.
I'll tell you what, if you'll notice this, he's disoriented at this time. Watch him. He's been going to the wrong corner. Where is he? He's back down on his feet. It's hard for him to figure out where in the world he is in this ring after all of the punishment he's taken to the head.
Terry, when you're taking this much punishment, are you thinking about surviving? Are you thinking about tagging? What thoughts are going through Ricky Morton's mind at this time, in your opinion?
It's totally instinct at this time. It's almost just like, it's secondary, if you know what I mean, Jim Ross, at this particular time. You're just trying to continue on. Sometimes you don't even know where. If that sounds sensible to you, it does.
Cornette says it's only a matter of time. As now the high-flying Rock and Roll Express certainly have been grounded. He's using the hammerlock.
Sometimes pain can bring you back, though. Whenever you're addled like that, you don't realize quite where you are. You get a hammerlock put on you. You feel that tremendous pain there in that arm, and it kind of settles your senses. I don't know how to explain it, but it does that for me at times. Pulling him back up to his feet here. He's still got that hammerlock on him.
Morton with the elbow to the side of the head. Eaton tags in Stan Lane, who's legal, and a double thrust right to the throat area. Another blind tag, and they have blind tagged you to death.
How many tags do you think that they've made in the last 5 minutes? That's what makes a great team, though. And then they keep you in their part of the corner, in their half of the ring. That keeps you on the offensive. As long as it keeps them on the offensive. As long as you're in their corner, they're on the offensive. You cannot be on the offense in the other person's corner.
Ricky Morton has been in the ring an inordinate amount of time, while at the same time the Midnight Express have tagged in and out on numerous occasions. Morton's physical conditioning certainly being tested here. And beautiful Bobby ascends to the top. If he nails this one, it will be over.
He did.
He did. I don't think Morton can kick out now. This should be all.
This is it, Jim. There's a...
Robert Gibson just kicked Eaton in the head. Gibson, I think, thought, as we did, that Ricky Morton would not be able to kick out as Eaton tags in Lane again.
I'll tell you what, Eaton got too cocky once again. He should have jumped back on top there and made that pin at that particular time. You've got to get on top of him. But I'll tell you what, these guys have been together so much, sometimes you just want to punch him one more time, you know, get a little bit more punishment in there.
Cornette once again using that tennis racket as a weapon, not as a decorative prop, but as a weapon. Morton trying to fight to his corner, but Lane with a wide base for the arm bar, working on the shoulder. Robert Gibson would dearly love to be tagged in at this time.
Yes, he would. You know, it's amazing how far a foot and a half or 2 feet can be in a wrestling ring. It can take a lot of time to travel 2 feet in a ring, can it?
Certainly can, and as Stan Lane inflicted the punishment, then made the quick tag again, and they are working on that arm. Well, this is shades of the Andersons' philosophy. Pick out a body part and dismember it. Disable that particular appendage.
Speaking of the Andersons, I'll bet they're ready for tonight, huh?
I'll tell you, the motion with Sting in the building and with the championships, 3 championships decided here tonight. The Chicago Street Fight coming up with the new Skyscraper. We don't know who he is. And the Road Warriors. So much great action here tonight at Wrestle War 90. Wild thing. Hammerlock. Morton cannot use his quickness in this position, quite obviously. I wonder how much longer he's going to be able to last, Harry.
I'll tell you what, not much longer at this rate. If they have a possibility right there, I'll tell you, he needs to make it back up to his feet. He needs to get to that tag. They've been at a disadvantage. How long has he been in the ring?
He's got to be in the ring at least 10 minutes now, maybe more. Morton, those elbows. He tries to put some offense together. He needs to make the tag. Reversed and another reversal. Oh, man. The back of Eaton's head cracked against the face of Ricky Morton. Cornette frantically giving instructions to beautiful Bobby, telling him to make the tag, and he adheres to the manager and does so. Morton nicely caught, but he's caught. Terry, should he have tried to go directly to his corner there?
If he had the opportunity, you know, he really didn't have the opportunity because the momentum was going towards that rope there. He felt like he had a good move in his mind, and it wasn't. There's Eaton up on the top rope right now.
A rocket launcher, one of their great offensive weapons.
Oh!
But the legs, he pulled the knees up right into the solar plexus of beautiful Bobby Eaton. And now Eaton is in trouble. Ricky Morton may have the best opportunity he's had in the last several minutes to make the tag, and he does.
He made it. He made it. There's those rights right there. Another right. Gibson shoots him in the rope. Catches him with a big high backdrop. He's on a roll. A slam. A drop kick. A big right. Now he's got Eaton in the corner right there. Shoots him off. A reversal.
Up and over goes Robert Gibson. Can he hold up Bobby Eaton down? And Lane interfered with a count. There's Ricky Morton back in. All 4 now. Remember, Eaton and Gibson, I think, in the league. Oh! Woo! He's so proud of his interference. He nailed him with that loaded racket, or was it loaded on that time?
He came out. He came out.
Wow, that's got to be 2 7/8. So close for the Midnight Express. Tried a flapjack, but he didn't get it. It gives to Cayley. The Rock and Roll have won it.
They got that 3 count in here.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winners of the match, Ricky Morton, Robert Gibson, the Rock and Roll Express.
Here's another look at it, ladies and gentlemen.
There you see it right there. Picking him back up, and there you see him right in behind there, driving him off. You see him cradling that right leg, holding him tight, and getting that 3 count.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's go now to Gordon Solie, who's with the Road Warriors.
Well, thank you, gentlemen. The Road Warriors and Paul Ellering are with me right now. And in just a moment, you're going to be stepping into the ring in the Chicago street fight. And Teddy Long says that Danny Spivey's injured.
That's right, Gordon Solie. But first of all, everybody's wondering, the Warriors, we got our brothers in paint armband on to help us, as if we need any help to kick the Skyscraper's butt. Tell them, Hawk. Needless to say, we went back to Chicago, slept in alleys, streets, near the gutter, and what do? We put 16 guys in the hospital just getting psyched up for this thing. Paul, he just got back from Hong Kong, and you know something? You got a surprise for us? None for you. Same old story. We win, you lose. Tell him, Paul.
You know something? We've gotten where we are today because we never underestimate our opponents. Teddy Long, you could have Danny Spivey come out from anywhere. I realize that, and not for a minute am I gonna forget it. We're ready for you, and stick your nose in there. Please.
Now let's go back to the ring, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is a Chicago street fight. It is set for 1 fall to a finish. This is a no disqualification match. Introducing first, team number 1.
Well, there's a surprise. Who's that big monster with Teddy Long's got his street fighting gear on with Mean Mark.
Theodore R. Long presents from Metropolis. Total combined weight, 634 pounds. The Skyscrapers.
In this one, 1 fall to a finish, and remember, the Legion of Doom have never lost this kind of match.
I'll say one thing, their engines are running. The Legion of Doom is, and I'll tell you what, they're redlining it right now, looking for those Skyscrapers just to stick their heads in the ring.
Well, you're dressed for action, but I don't see no action coming out of you, little man.
Paul Ellering challenging Teddy Long. Teddy Long's come to fight. And Paul Ellering's going to accommodate.
I want to change that a little bit. He says he's Sugar Ray Long.
Sugar Ray Long. Well,
he's in the ring. He's in the ring. Let's see what kind of boxing style he's. Well, look pretty slow then. Oh!
Precious Paul just took care of Teddy Long with one big right hand. I don't envy the referee in this one.
This is worse than a street fight. Look at that new skyscraper. Wow. Look at the size of the guns on him. Animal's with him right now.
Big clothesline by Animal on the masked skyscraper. And that's what we'll call him for a lack of... We have no idea who this big man is. Teddy Long may have pulled in a ringer. Hammers away at Hawk.
This is a street fight right here. This is the Donnybrook.
Mean Mark, the big man, 6'9", 320. Inverted atomic drop by Animal. The cowboy boot. That cowboy boot with a hard leather sole. That's what Hawk's wearing.
Hawk slams him to the ring, almost slammed him through that ring. Oh!
Big fist right to the head. X marks the spot on the mask where he got nailed.
Easy place to... Who's this?
Hacksaw Butch Reed and Ron Simmons. Now this is a little strange. He may think he needs a bodyguard or two.
Looks like he's got a couple of pretty good ones there. You saw neck breaker right there. Let's see if they go for the pin right here or not. I'll tell you what, they look pretty dapper there too, didn't they?
Mean Mark working viciously on the leg of Hawk. Teddy Long staying away from the ring now after that right hand from Paul Ellering. But he's brought some backup, it looks like. Oh, you're right. The guns on that big masked skyscraper are very impressive. But big right hand. This match has no disqualification.
With those big boots right in the face.
He got him right in the face. Look at Mean Mark picking up Hawk. Boy, this Mean Mark is one big, tough hombre.
He's holding his own in there, right in there against the Road Warriors, and you can't name too many people that can do that.
Big clothesline by Hawk. They send him for the ride. Clothesline on the masked man. Boy, this one has been like a Texas tornado. No tags, in and out, just a fight.
Look how tall that Mean Mark is.
6'9".
Hawk had to reach way up there to even grab him.
6'9", over 300 pounds. Short right hand. Mean Mark is a tough customer, as we mentioned. Choking Hawk now. The referee is there only to count the pin. That's his only responsibility in this match.
I'll tell you what, the Skyscrapers have the advantage over the Road Warriors right now. That's a surprise at this time. Look out! Wow!
Clothesline off the apron by Hawk. Mean Mark is in dire straits now. They've taken it outside. There's not a wrestler back in the ring. They have taken it literally to the streets here. Standing drop kick. Look at those hard-soled boots, and he caught him right in the jaw.
There is no count. There is no count in this particular match.
They can't be counted out, and they can't be disqualified. Back in the ring, Animal and the masked Skyscraper. They're dressed as they are because this is street fight rules. Oh, what a right! Oh, head first to the steel. Man, this is so physical.
Mean Mark is right on top of him. I like that name, Mean Mark.
The Road Warriors are in trouble in their match. This is the match they have perfected with a spotless record. Now they're all four back in the ring. And I think you're right, Terry Funk. The Skyscrapers are really prepared. They are street fighting toe-to-toe with the Warriors at this point in time. Missed with a double clothesline. What Animal nailed it. Oh, Mean Mark way up and over. They're gonna... Here comes Hawk.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winners of the match, the Legion of Doom.
see something here. There goes Doom up into the ring. Let's see what's going to happen now. They might have bit off more than they can chew, the Road Warriors. I've got respect for Doom. I think they're as tough as anybody comes. We're getting an extra added attraction, an extra match, and it might be the best one of the night.
Doom and the Road Warriors. The Road Warriors have got to be fatigued. They just won the street fight. Well, Simmons got something in his hand. Out of his boot. Neither team won the match. Doom has got the forearms in his right hand.
He's got it. He's got it. He's using it.
They're laying the leather to each other.
Whoa, they're on the mat. They're rolling around right now. This is a street fight. This is a street fight. Simmons trying to get up on top of him. Animal back up on top of him. Hoff's got his shirt torn off. Just knocking the dog doo-doo out of him.
There comes the close. Boy, they're pumping each other.
They've got the Road Warriors going. They've got the suits ripped off of the Doom. Catches him in a power slam.
Reed and Simmons. Simmons outside of Animal. These two big Ebony Warriors and the Road Warriors hammering each other. Neither team wanted to give an inch. Up and over. But Simmons goes back in. Right back to the Lion's Den. But he's out again. The Road Warriors are standing tall. The Doom is here. And they're ready to fight. Let's take another look if we have it on replay. Terry, tell us what happens here.
I will. I'll show this up on that replay. Wait, there's Teddy Long. Teddy Long's telling him to come on out here. Teddy Long's asking him to go into the street. He wants him to go out into the street behind the Greensboro Arena. Let's see if the Road Warriors have guts or not. There you see the Road Warriors in the ring. It says Wild Thing on that. I'm not so sure it is. They're still taking them out towards your back. There the Road Warriors are right there. They might be going back outside with them.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that situation involving the Road Warriors and Doom, quite volatile. Now, coming up, we are at the halfway point of this program. The balance of this card will be for a championship matchup. Every match, a championship match from here on out. I'm going to ask Terry Funk to come back in here. Terry, I want to tell you, every match from here on out for a championship, I'm sure we have not heard the last of Doom and the Road Warriors. Doom did not get enough of this.
I don't think they did either. You talk about a Donnybrook. You talk about a fight. You talk about a great night of wrestling. We're having it right here at Greensboro, and this is NWA Wrestling, the best in the world. There's none better. Don't forget it.
Perry, settle down, my friend. Ladies and gentlemen, he is fired up, and so am I. But right now, let's take another look at what just happened there just a few moments ago, Terry. They have the replay, I understand, ready for us. Ladies and gentlemen, the Road Warriors won the street fight, but then here's what happened.
There you see it right there. You see, picking up Teddy Long. Look at Teddy Long, that little moron. That guy with that potato head. He's going to pick him up above his head. The only man that can eat a banana sideways and throw him down. But there was Doom to go ahead and catch him, Jim Ross.
I think we'll know that this situation is far from over now. Remember, the anticipation for the three remaining matches grows more and more by the moments. The United States Tag Team Championship comes up in just a few moments. Again, I'm going with the champions.
Well, you can go with them, go with the champions, go with whatever, but I'm going with Ric Flair tonight.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, well, of course, those are still to come. Right now, let's go back down to our ring announcer, Gary Capetta.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest, it is set for one fall. It is for the United States Tag Team Championship. Introducing first the challengers. From Bat Street, USA, in Atlanta, Georgia, Michael P.S. Hayes, Jimmy Jam Garvin, the fabulous Freebirds.
Fabulous Freebirds who made it all the way to the finals of the United States Tag Team Tournament. And it's a big rematch right here for that championship. They have no lacking in confidence.
No, they certainly don't. And I love those hairdos, those rat nests. Oh, look at that look. Oh, yeah.
The Alice Cooper look.
And can they dance, Daddy? They can dance. Look at them.
And ladies and gentlemen, their opponents, they are the newly crowned United States Tag Team Champions. First, from Minneapolis, Minnesota, weighing 251 pounds, the Seaman. His tag team partner, from Cincinnati, Ohio, weighing 229 pounds, Brian Ryan.
The first championship defense in the big league situation for this dynamic young duo of Flying Brian and Z-Man, and that armband says Avenge Sting. Many of the athletes are dedicating their matches tonight to the Stinger, who will be with us live just a little bit later in this broadcast.
I want to say one thing. Are we flying now or not? After that Chicago street fight, they fought right out of the building. I don't know if they did or where they went to.
I certainly would want to try to break it up. All right.
Not that one. Have we got a match for you here right now, though? I'll tell you what, this is a great tag team right here. The United States Tag Team Champions. Maybe they fooled somebody, but they didn't fool me. I picked them from the start.
Oh, you did?
Oh, yeah, I picked them from the start of the whole tournament. I said they're going to win. Who's out in the ring there? My goodness. I heard Brian Pillman say, "Hi, Mom," on the way out. I don't think that's...
I don't know. That's an interesting dress she's got. I don't know if she's trying to get in it or get out of it. That's one of those Texas gals.
Yeah,
It's
that's
got
one of those
wide
Texas
open
gals.
spaces.
Oh, well, you dirty dog, you stole that line from me. You got your nerve.
They think the girls are behind them.
Uh-oh.
Surprise! Surprise! The Freebirds set for the ride and double elevation by Pillman and Z-Man. A drop kick. Out goes Garvin. Out goes Hayes. Now what's happening here?
And they're playing a little music for them, or doing a little imitation strutting there. Kind of a little bit of mockery, isn't it? You know, I like the way the Freebirds dance a whole lot better. And I kind of like the Freebirds' faces. They're a whole lot uglier than those two fellas in the ring.
Well, a little game of mental chess being played already in this contest. Freebirds are certainly like to intimidate their opponents. But Flying Brian and Z-Man are not intimidated tonight. This great crowd really supporting the new U.S. Tag Team Champions.
Shut up!
I'll tell you, they've got these people going right now. United States Tag Team Championships are on the line. We might possibly see 3 sets of new champions, you know.
It's certainly possible, as every match from here on out of this broadcast is for a major championship. This for the U.S. title, coming up for the World Tag Team title. That's the Anderson brothers versus the Steiner brothers. And then the big one, the Nature Boy, puts it all on the line on his birthday against Lex Luger.
To take these Freebirds, you know, I'll tell you what, they sure do like themselves a whole lot, don't they? They don't lack confidence at all. But you have to have confidence. You have to have an ego the size of the Double Cross Ranch, don't you? If not bigger. Because you have to believe in yourself, Jim Ross. Jim Bowdiddly Ross, do you believe in yourself or not?
I do believe, Terry. I do believe. And there's a collar and elbow tie of Michael Hayes and Flying Brian starting it out for their respective teams. Pillman, the second-year pro from Miami of Ohio. He graduated with a political science degree. He was a former football All-American there and a defensive MVP. Great athlete.
Pushing back in the corner there. There you see Michael right on top of him. Quick right. Duck. Big chops by Pillman. Big chops. Big chops. Shoots him off in the other turnbuckle. Catches him with that flying clothesline right there.
Michael Hayes retreats to his corner where Jimmy Garvin kind of fluffs the hair there a little bit. I don't know if they ever combed their hair. Look at those eyes. Kind of weird looking. What do you think?
I would say that they were. A pot of black coffee might help him out there.
The Z-Man leaps to the ring.
Oh, look at these guys tie up. Tying up with authority, Tom Zink is. That's very important when you tie up that first time, is you want to drive into that guy and show him who's the boss, you know.
I'm taking your word for it. I don't ever want to know that firsthand. That's one of those things I'll always like to speculate on, not experience. Another collar and elbow tie-up, and Garvin going behind. Waistlock takedown on the Z-Man, who sets out and frees himself, goes to the ropes. Good football tackle by the Z-Man. Well, this kid's 6'2", 245. He is, to me, he's as perfectly proportioned for a pro wrestler as you could really want.
Well, I looked a little bit better than he did, you know, whenever I was young like him, you know. I was probably a little bit better looking there, you know, had a little bit more strength in the arms, you know, maybe a little more classic of a nose.
Yes, indeed. Oh, great drop kick. The former Mr. Minnesota missed the mark right there, however, as Garvin, the veteran, stepped out of the way. And now the Z-Man sent for the ride, but Garvin uncharacteristically telegraphed that move, and the Z-Man just punted him back into the corner, tagging in Flying Brian. And now the former Cincinnati Bengal blocking Garvin and nails him with a right.
You know, I hate to give this boy a lot of credit just because he's so young and so good, you know, and I don't want to fill his head too much with compliments. But Flying Brian does create a lot of wonderful new moves in wrestling. He has a new style almost.
He is another of the innovators in our sport. Missed with a clothesline by Jimmy Garvin. And Flying Brian's got him up. That's a pinning hold right there. That's a pinning move. 1, 2, but Garvin slipped out. The arm slipped loose.
That's called a flying crucifix, and I'll tell you what, he's perfected that down to an art. He can come around there and hook both those arms before you ever know it.
Flying Brian and Z-Man, perhaps the most eligible bachelors in the NWA. Look at this.
Oh, yes, let's check it out for rats.
There may be a foreign object in their hair.
Yeah, bugs, cooties, all kinds of stuff.
Cooties?
Well, I don't know.
Haven't heard that in a while. Is that with a K or a C?
Well, I never was too good at my spelling, you know, so you could probably use it with a K or a C.
Hayes, right hand. Pillman blocked that move to the corner. That's Excedrin headache number 34, but Hayes countered. Good move by Hayes, very resilient move. And a right hand, boy, he nailed it.
You know, Hayes has got a great right. You know, you heard dressing room talk all the time and everything. Blocks it right there. Reverses it.
Look at
Did
this.
you see
Good
that?
Lord. This kid's got better agility, flying body press. Hayes kicked out. Deep arm drag takeover and Flying Brian into the arm bar, but Hayes knows he's got to get back to the vertical base and does so. Missed with that clothesline. Flying Brian got Hayes down. Could not hold him. Didn't get all that pinning hold. Nice arm drag, taking him back over. Flying Brian told me his favorite wrestler growing up was Flying Fred Curry. Did you ever know Flying Fred Curry, Terry?
Sure I did. I was back there at that time, too. In fact, I knew Bull Curry, Fred Curry's father. Before that, you want to go back a few years?
He's the guy with the eyebrows.
You bet. Lived down there around Houston.
Z-Man right off the second turnbuckle on Michael Hayes. Working on the wrist lock. Hayes doesn't like it a bit. Taking the arm against the grain. A lot of press on the elbow there.
See, Michael Hayes is very fast with that fist. Very fast hands on him. A lot of people don't realize that right there. There you see a form of a Japanese arm bar right there. And a wrist lock combination.
Z-Man really working on the arm. He graduated from the University of Minnesota with a speech communications degree, this youngster. More the prototype here in the 90s of the professional athlete, getting a college education. Athletes like Terry Funk graduated with honors from the School of Hard Knocks. This youngster went to college.
Now, whoa, wait a minute. I went to West Texas University.
You're exactly right, and I apologize for that momentary oversight.
No, I went there for about 5 or 6 years.
Hayes messed with the elbow. Oh, but he did not mess with that. Did not mess with the clothesline. And Michael Hayes very intelligently makes a quick tag.
That was when to do it. That was very smart on his part. Don't press your luck. There you see the forearms to the back of the neck on the Z-Man, but the Z-Man comes right back with a series of elbows, shoots him off into the rope, catches him with another nice flying arm drag.
Really got it deep. Now watch the position of his right knee there.
That prevents you from going ahead and making so easily back up to your feet. It keeps you pushed down into that mat. Makes it more difficult for you. Now he moves it into an overhead wrist lock, back into a head scissors right now. Let's see if the Z-Man can turn up to his feet or try to kick out.
Garvin pulled the hair to get Z-Man in that predicament. Z-Man trying to figure a way out here. Let's see what happens. Well, yes, he did. He did go somewhere. He got back to his feet. Tag made, Flying Bryant. The electrifying flyer of this team.
Yes, he is, and he's full of energy. He wants things to happen now. He don't want to wait. He wants to jump in that ring and jump on top of somebody and get after it. And I like that kind of fire.
This kid's got great courage. He won the Ed Block Courage Award, given annually by the Cincinnati Bengals, for the player on their team that shows the most courage during the season in the National Football League. He won that very prestigious award as a member of the Bengals.
Okay, it's that type of attitude that makes you that way. It's that attitude that makes him that way. He's had that attitude all of his life. He's a fighter.
This kid's only been in wrestling 2 years, but he certainly has great skills beyond only 2 years experience. High knee. Man, he likes to fly. I guess Flying Fred Curry had that profound influence, and Nick Patrick got 2 on it.
Flying Fred Curry had a great drop kick. He really did. Drop kick you right in the mouth every time. So does Brian. He can get up off that ground. Get up high on that air.
Hayes now back in. Let's see if the Freebirds can get some offense. There's a sleep hold. The sleep hold. I see this hold, and I think of the legendary NWA promoter Paul Bosch, who used to demonstrate this hold to the soldiers in World War II.
Well, I used to demonstrate it too, but it wasn't quite that long ago,
I know. The neck has been crimped. Pillman's wings are clipping.
This is a great hold here. You cut the blood off to the carotid arteries right there. And I'll tell you what, you can put a man out extremely quick. You kids don't fool around with this. This is extremely dangerous. Don't do it.
That's good advice from a man who knows. Referee checking Flying Brian, and he is...
I think we might have the fall right here. I think he might be out.
Referee discretion. Referees are very careful, and I think should be very conservative in their officiating with this maneuver being executed. Pillman back up to... He's trying to get the blood flowing again. Hayes slips off, and now Flying Brian. Oh, boy, that was a big chop.
Oh, my gosh. Did I tell you about that right?
That was a left.
That was a right.
No, left.
Well, I told you that he is awful fast with those rights, but he's faster with them lefts. It was so fast I couldn't tell what it was.
He may be ambidextrous.
My gosh, did you see how quick he came out with that thing, though? Whoa!
Hey, shows he can fly too, but Flying Brian rolls right through. Almost had the pin. Great counter move by Flying Brian. Michael Hayes tagging in Garvin. Double elbow by the Freebirds, the former World Tag Team Champions. Garvin on top. Patrick down, got 2. Flying Brian is in trouble.
Great job by Nick Patrick. He's been there every time a man's had his shoulders down on that mat. He slides in there and gets down there for that count. Nice move by Garvin right there. Let's see if he goes in for that cover. I'll guarantee you Nick Patrick will be down there. He's doing a super job in this match.
Garvin buries the knee in Flying Brian. And the youngster from Cincinnati certainly being tested here, but he fights back. We can hear that, but Hayes raked the eye. But he fights back again. Snapmare. Hayes missed with that. Pillman's blocking it. He's countering himself to death here. He's counter wrestling with all he's got, and now back on the attack. Hayes, big right. That was a right.
Oh, that was and right to the right spot, the back of that neck. That'll slow you down real quick. That'll make you have migraines in the morning. Double knockout right there. Both men down. Garvin's back up to his feet. Looks like he might make it up. Referee's counting. Garvin's up to his feet. Looks like he's going to make that tag. No, he's coming back. Yes, he did. He made that tag.
Z-Man now in there with a lot of fire. The adrenaline flowing. Great drop kick. Great drop kick by this youngster. Powerful slam, and the Z-Man now is challenging Jimmy Garvin. Oh. Good kick. That's a great move by an experienced wrestler.
That's what it is. And see, Garvin went to the back of that neck. Hayes comes in and goes with the same back of the neck. They're going to break this ring down.
Well, there's several right hands by the Z-Man. And now he's got that Z-lock, his version of the sweep on Michael Hayes. Flying Brian's got to be put out of the ring. Here comes Garvin. Garvin off the top.
Let's don't forget what at stake here. The United States Tag Team titles are at stake. This might be it.
1, 2. Oh, man. Hayes, excuse me, thought he had the Z-Man there. As the Freebirds challenging the new U.S. Tag Team Champions for the title.
Hayes is decoying that referee in the ring. Garvin's out on top of him quickly. Nick Patrick's back up now. Looking at where he's supposed to be, right over there counting where he should.
Z-Man, and it looks like his little running lights have been dimmed there somewhat. Hayes, now that broke the count. They know they can't win the match by a count out. They got to pin or make the Z-Man submit to win the championship. But the Z-Man fights back, going up pure instinct.
Can you hear that?
Shoulder first, right into the ring post.
I'm going to tell you people something. I want you to remember it. This is World Championship Wrestling, the NWA, and we are physical. How do you like that?
Snapmare into the reverse chin lock.
He ain't going nowhere. He ain't going nowhere, baby. He ain't going nowhere. Come on, punk. Come on, punk. Come on. You want to go down Bad Street, punk? Come on.
We're taking you right inside the ring to sights and sounds of the National Wrestling Alliance.
Yeah, baby. I wonder who he's talking to then.
Not you and I, I'm sure. I hope, anyway.
I hope not. These people are chanting right now. They're chanting for that Zink to get back up to his feet. He's pushing his way up. You can see the sweat dripping off of his body now. And it's not from sitting around in the ring, it's from wrestling hard.
There's a look at Michael Hayes. Very evil individual. A very controversial individual as well. The Z-Man is in
He ain't going nowhere, baby.
a great degree of trouble here. The handsome youngster from Minneapolis being punished by Jimmy Garvin.
Jimmy Garvin likes to repeat himself, doesn't he?
He sure does. Working on the neck.
Oh, man, you talk about a pressure situation. When a guy's sitting on the small of your back and pulling your head up like that, I'll tell you, that is a miserable place to be. He's not the chiropractor. He's a guy that's trying to turn you into a bow is what he's trying to do. And it's very proud of him. Yeah. He's back to those same lines again, isn't he?
Well, there was no tag made that I saw. Hayes in there. I think the referee says, now wait just a minute here. I don't know if the referee will allow the tag.
Determination and desire.
What a crowd on hand here for Wrestle War, the Wild Thing.
Determination and desire count right here. Let's see if Zink has it. Let's see if he can gut it up. Let's see if he can go ahead. That's where I told you, 2 inches can be 5 minutes away in the wrestling ring.
Never be the champ in the first place, kid. Never. Come on, he said he wanted to give it up.
Hayes with some verbal intimidation, or I should say attempted verbal intimidation on the Z-Man. This match for the United States Tag Team Championship. The Z-Man and Pillman won it in the finals against the Freebirds.
Z-Man's powered his way back up to his feet, catching his elbows. But remember what part of the corner they're in there. Catches him with a power slam. Desperation.
He's fatigued and he's been punished. Tried an offensive move when perhaps he should have made the tag.
There you see Michael Hayes picking him back up. A small packages might be it.
Inside cradle. Z-Man has been weakened to a state that his strength has been sapped from the punishment that he's taken.
You can't continually get yourself caught in their corner, and that's exactly what the Freebirds want to do. And that's exactly how they intend on dominating this match, is by keeping it in their side of the ring, their region, their area.
Garvin picking him up now, scoop slam. Drops it, right to the head. Now he's got a lateral press. Neglected to neutralize the legs.
I thought that might have been a 3 count right there. It looked very close there. I thought Patrick called for it, but I guess he didn't. I guess that shoulder was kicked out before that. There you see a reverse chin lock right there. Pretty teeth right there. I wonder what kind of toothpaste he used. I heard they made toothpaste in this town. Did you know that?
I heard that. Crest.
I should buy some, shouldn't I?
You got a nice smile.
How about the breath?
For a Texan.
How about the breath? I got the breath of a Texan too, and I'm proud of it.
You do have the breath of a Texan. Oof. Please, Terry. Reverse chin lock. Does he look like Alice? You know who Alice Cooper is?
Yeah, I do.
He looks like Alice Cooper to me.
I wonder if he knows who Buffalo Bill is, or I wonder if he knows anybody that's worthwhile. Alice Cooper, you know, is not quite my type of guy. He's not my hero. How about John Wayne, somebody like that? Now, they're my heroes.
You mean you don't play any Alice Cooper tapes in your truck out of the double cross?
Alice Cooper tapes out in my truck. Why, of course not.
Just a little joke there. Our Z-Man back up to a vertical base. I'll tell you, I'm impressed with the Freebirds in this matchup. Their game plan is excellent. They've neutralized the flying tactics of Zink and Pillman, but now the Z-Man, Tom Zink, fires back. Irish whips Hayes, but Hayes caught him coming in.
Boy, the pace has been heavy in this match. They have been moving constantly. I don't know how long it's been going, but these guys have been moving and going, and
Hayes came right off the top.
Nice move by his part. Zink tried to pick him up and slam him off that top when he got up there, but he just slid down. There's a 2 count.
Hayes trying to hold him down, but he can't do it. That's a great strength of the Z-Man. Coming to the front. He's got to be going on guts and instinct right now. This kid's being really punished. Straight kicks to the head.
You know, I'll tell you what, sometimes it can take you out of it. There's that 2 inches I was talking about. He's trying to force his way over there. Trying to force his way about a foot away. Nice move by his part. Very smart move.
Unethical, but very intelligent. Hayes. Now, Hayes is not legal. Referee's not aware that they did not make the pin, and that's 2.5 again. Garvin complaining that was 3. You can look at the tape tomorrow. It wasn't but 2.5. Here comes a bulldog.
There it goes. He got him with that. Nailed him.
Yes. Hayes on top. Lateral press.
And no.
Flying Brian, that kicked right to the head to interrupt the count. There are inches, should I say it, maybe a couple of feet momentarily up from making the tag. But that reverse chin lock neutralizing again the Z-Man.
You know, sometimes you wonder, you know, you slam a guy and you cover him and he kicks out. You do this to him and he gets away, and you do that to him and he gets away, and you try something else. And even though you're keeping him in the ring like the Freebirds are, once in a while they say, "God darn, you know, is this that guy? Is he that tough? Can't we get it done?" You know, so it works both ways sometimes.
I think we can say at this point in time the Freebirds are 1 DDT away from winning this one.
From the United States Tag Team Championship, but there's a DDT.
There's a counter DDT. Oh man, that's a shocker. That's the first time we've ever seen Z-Man use a DDT.
He's gonna make it. He's gonna make it to get over there. Get over here.
The tag made, and in comes Flying Brian. Drop kick. Oh, he got right in his face with that drop kick. That's 3. That's 4. Oh, Flying Brian with a double clothesline. I forgot who was legal. I think it's Pillman and Garvin, but I'm not sure. Outside goes Hayes.
Oh, they've got something planned for him here. Let's see what they're going to do to him. They're going to try to double up on him. No, no.
Hayes has got the belt.
The belt.
He ran right into the cameraman. And there goes Flying Brian up top. High cross body. Can you hold Garvin down?
Ladies and gentlemen, the winners and still United States Tag Team Champions, the Z-Man and Flying Brian.
The Freebirds have lost the match, but they may be winning the war here. Flying Brian and the Z-Man will retain the U.S. Tag Team Championship, but the Freebirds got a measure of revenge here.
Let's take a look at it. The flying body press off that top rope onto Garvin. Hits him down there. Grabs that leg, cinches it in for that 1-2 and the 3 count.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is for the World Tag Team Championship. It is set for 1 fall. Introducing first the challengers, representing the Horsemen from Minnesota. Total combined weight 510 pounds. Ole and Arn Anderson.
The Anderson brothers to challenge the Steiner brothers. And if you like wrestling, pure wrestling, physical styles of competition, this one is tailor-made for you.
The Minnesota Wrecking Crew, and they've destroyed a few bodies.
And ladies and gentlemen, their opponents, they are the World Tag Team Champions from Detroit, Michigan. Total combined weight 525 pounds. Rick Steiner, Scott Steiner, the Steiner Brothers.
Sting's revenge, that's what's on their mind here.
The Michigan Bulldogs, and believe me, they can destroy bodies and how. What a night. It's here right now, Jim Ross.
I don't remember ever calling a match for the World Tag Team Championship involving two brother teams, as we have here.
I'll tell you what, I was a member of a brother team, and I'll tell you what, that's one thing that you take pride in, that, hey, we're the best in the country. And I know the Andersons feel that. And I'll tell you what, both teams can hurt you. Both teams are devastating. Both teams can take a win quick. We're looking at physical wrestling. Spelled W-R-E-S-T-L-I-N-G, in case you people out there want to know, and we're proud of it.
I think a synonym for physical wrestling, to shorten it down, is called the NWA.
It's an easy way to spell it. It's the only way to spell it.
Arn Anderson and Scotty Steiner starting out very quickly. And Dogface pulls a foot. Guess who? Couple of right hands by big brother Rick Steiner.
Look out, look out!
But strengthless Scott Steiner.
They've got him going right here. They've got him going.
They're street fighting. These guys are great friends of Sting, who will be here a little bit later in the broadcast. They want to win it for the Stinger.
Here comes Ole back up on that apron.
Looks like they cleaned the ring, didn't they?
They certainly did. Boy, the emotion. I just hope the Steiners are not too emotionally pumped for this. That they don't lose their focus in retaining the World Tag Team Championship.
The Andersons have that attitude, you know. Look at that attitude. Look at them. Oh, you did that to me. Well, what else can you do? Come on. Come on over here. Come on in this corner. We'll get you another foot and you won't get back out.
Look at the look on that face. Cold eyes. Premeditated. A brutal individual is Arn Anderson, the enforcer. But Ole Anderson, who has absolutely no compassion for his fellow man.
I'll tell you what, I like that when you said cold eyes, because they've got them.
Double A goes to the right. Oh, he blocked it.
Nice move by Scotty Steiner. Got that leg and got him up to his feet. What's he going to do with it, Jim Ross?
Atomic drop right into the foot of the dog face, and Ole tries to come in from behind, and he's nailed. Scott Steiner with a big slam.
He was trying to slam him on Arn Anderson there for a minute, trying to slam Ole right on his own brother there.
We said it was going to be physical.
And it's just starting.
Still to come, the heavyweight championship of the world. The incomparable world's heavyweight champion on his birthday, no less, to defend the championship against perhaps the most gifted athlete I've ever seen in wrestling, Lex Luger.
Speed, stamina, size, strength, wrestling savvy, ability. He's got it all. But I'm still going to pick that Flair. Not because I like him, because I want to pick a winner. That's what I want to do, Jim Ross. I want to pick the winner.
Well, time will tell on your prediction.
Watch out, get the mother, get him back! Get him back!
Ole outside the ropes there. Wanted the dog face on the two older brothers. Rick Steiner and Ole Anderson now matching up. And look at the dog face. What adrenaline, what emotion he has for this matchup.
Look at him fight. Look at him, rights, rapid rights. Back to the other one now. Back to the other one, back to Ole, back to Arn. They're all four in the ring now. Looks like we might have another, what is it, Detroit Street Fighter? Where are these boys from? Just a Greensboro, Donnybrook.
The intimidating Anderson brothers unable to mount any significant offense thus far in this match. But to count them out at this time would be certainly nearsighted on our part.
You don't ever count them out.
Somebody's getting hurt.
You just heard Arn say somebody's getting hurt.
Well, Ole Anderson has a wealth of experience. He knows the squared circle perhaps better than any athlete in tag team wrestling today.
He's been predominantly a tag team man for his wrestling career. He has always loved the tag team, and he's been a master of it, a master psychologist of tag team wrestling. You know that as well as I do. One of the best. He knows when to back off. He knows when to push forward. He knows when to double up. He knows what his opponents are thinking. He can decoy a referee. He can do it all. But boy, that boy, he's done a lot in just a couple years, hasn't he?
Certainly has. Rick Steiner, former All-American at the University of Michigan. An NCAA finalist, a Big Ten wrestling champion. Has a degree in education, believe it or not, from the University of Michigan. He was going to be an elementary school science teacher. I can imagine. Can you imagine him teaching a 3rd or 4th grader science? That would be most interesting.
I don't know. I'd hate to see that boy with a test tube and a little extra gas, wouldn't you?
I find it most interesting that his favorite wrestler growing up was the legendary NCAA legend, Dan Gable.
Why hasn't anybody ever picked me as their favorite wrestler growing up? Why did they pick Dan Gable when they could have Terry Funk? What a beautiful move.
Oh, there is a power slam deluxe. Lateral press, but the enforcer of the Horseman, Arn Anderson, kicks out.
He caught him going up for that leapfrog and just turned it into a power slam right there. It takes a tremendous athlete to do that. And that split second to catch a guy as he's going in the air and then reverse it into a power slam.
Arn Anderson backing into the corner. You can almost sense the thoughts going through their minds, they meaning the Andersons. We've got to cause a break here. We've got to create an opportunity to get on the offensive. And when they do, they like to pick out one body part and just completely maim it.
Watch him trying to go ahead and pull him into that corner, trying to get him back into his own corner. This is where the psychology part comes from. This is a chess game they're playing right now. If the Andersons can get an advantage, if they get a small advantage, they'll take it for a mile. I promise you they will. They're looking for that one mistake on the Steiners, but you got to remember, the Steiners are experienced. These guys have been wrestling since they were 4 or 5 years old, all the way through the amateur ranks. Now they're professional. Now they're world champions. They don't want to lose it. Snapmare by Arn Anderson.
Anderson fishes, he drops the knee on Ricky Steiner. Double A going up to the top. That's uncharacteristic for Double A. And he gets down just in time. Wild-eyed look of Rick Steiner. Arn Anderson just trying to break the concentration of Rick Steiner, trying to break that momentum.
Breaking the referee's count. He's a master at it. He's a master of deceit.
Tag made. Now let's see if Ole can fare any better against Scott Steiner. Collar and elbow tie up into the side headlock. Ole cranking it. Scotty trying a single leg pickup, and back into the ropes they go, and that's a dangerous place to be for Scott Steiner.
See, Ole Anderson, he knows that this boy has got the strength over him. He knows that. So what he's got to use is he's got to use leverage, to find the right time to use leverage. You can do a lot of things. Leverage can beat strength anytime. There you see him pushing back in and out, but yet he's holding that Scotty in the corner.
Trying to work on that left arm, but a nice reversal by Scott Steiner, who sends Double A for the ride. Got him up in a bear hug, inverted atomic drop. Rolls him over. He's going to go for a figure four.
Figure four leg lock.
Shades of the Nature Boy. Scott Steiner was raked in the eyes. Referee's really having trouble restraining these four combatants. This match for the World Tag Team Championship.
Do you see that little decoy movie there? He was like he was a little bit addled, and as soon as Scotty reached for him, well, he ducked right in there and picked up that leg. That's a pro there. Whoa! What's he gonna do with him?
A suplex. Scotty Steiner muscling Ole Anderson up and over. drops the knee to the chest, goes for the pin. 1, 2, and Ole kicks out. Scott Steiner now tagging in Big Brother Rick. Uh-oh. Don't do that.
Don't let him up either. Don't let him up. Don't let him get over and get that tag. Now what a... See, that's what you get there. You know, these boys, sometimes they have a little problem. They have a little problem thinking wisely. They're instinct wrestlers. They're great. They've been trained since they were 4 or 5 all the way through the ranks. They love what they're doing. They're smart wrestlers. But it's a mistake like that one little thing right there.
A mental lapse, if we could term it that Rick Steiner perhaps had there.
Nice way of putting it there, Jimbo Diddley.
Tag made. And Rick Steiner has got caught in the very dangerous corner of the Andersons, and look at them move the ring with that velocity.
Uh-oh, DDT, no. Vertical suplex, no. A block, another block. A reversal.
Oh, the crowd coming unglued on that move.
Hey, hurry, get him out of here.
Yes, his head is pretty darn high. Ole, that may have been a little low there. I'm not sure, but it was down there around the waistline. That kick. Here comes Double A again.
1, 2, 3. Come on,
Uh-oh, look out for that arm.
They like to work on the arms. That's one of their favorite offensive weapons. That big left ham hock of Double A really finding its mark. Downstairs he goes.
See, they pick up on that arm without you even knowing they're going for it. If you notice that, how they'll do that, they tend to love to go ahead and come in there to that arm again and again and again. That's a signature of the Andersons. You know that as well as anybody. That's their signature.
You're exactly right, and has been throughout the years. Big knee lift there by Ole Anderson has held the World Tag Team Championship on many occasions with more than one partner. Elbow drop, lateral press. Oh, my goodness. About 2.5 there.
These boys are trading them from the knees, and I'll tell you, Steiner got the advantage on that one. Oh.
The dog face trading right hands with Ole Anderson and getting the better of it. But Ole grapevines the leg to prevent the tag, but he didn't. There was a tag made. Both sides made the exchange.
You know, these guys are stubborn like bulldogs, aren't they?
Tenacious, to say the least.
Tenacious, too, you know. I used to have a dog just like him.
What kind of dog?
Well, it wasn't a very good one. That's why I took him out behind the barn and shot him.
Elbow by Scott Steiner, and outside goes Arn Anderson. Oh, man. He tried to clothesline with that left hand, and it went right around the post.
Did you hear that hit the post?
Anderson rolls back in to break the count.
Oh.
Now right on the security railing. Boy, his left arm is just kind of hanging there.
Drove it right into that post. Back on top of that arm. Anderson breaks that count. Scotty's hurting a great deal right there. Bringing that arm back up there again into a hammerlock, driving it back into there.
Rammed him into the steel. Flesh against steel, and steel usually wins.
I'll guarantee you it's going to win this battle right here, but I'll tell you what, these kids are tough. Don't ever underestimate Scott Steiner and Rick Steiner. They're right back on top of that arm, though.
Wide base. Anderson with the leverage, as Terry Funk mentioned. That is one of Ole Anderson's greatest assets, in addition to his ring savvy, is his ability to execute and to utilize leverage maneuvers. And now he tags in Arn Anderson, the World Television Champion, going for the World Tag Team Championship here. The arm behind in the hammerlock. Slamming it right on there.
Slam him right back on that arm there. Dropping into that shoulder. Working basically on that elbow and on that shoulder. There you see a wrist lock right there, a form of an arm bar, pushing down on that shoulder, driving that arm back up. Snap mare, I'll guarantee you he's going back for that arm again.
Double A going up to the second rope. Oh, that was an error. He may have should have gone back to the arm, but he went for a high-risk move that didn't take him to the pay window. Oh, Frankensteiner! But Scott Steiner cannot follow it up with a pin.
He caught that shoulder on the way over. Caught the shoulder on the way over.
Well, look at his left arm just hanging there, and Arn Anderson makes the tag. And there is the tag made on the other side. Rick Steiner now legal with Ole Anderson, excuse me. Steiner line.
Gosh, Steiner line there.
The dog face fighting for all he's worth. Inside cradle.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winners and still World Tag Team Champions, the Steiner Brothers.
The Andersons attacking Scott Steiner here after this match. They're going to try to break this kid's arm. They've already hurt it.
Oh, my gosh.
They're trying to break his arm, and they may have done it right there. The Andersons trying to break this kid's arm, and he is in more pain than we have ever seen it.
Here you can take a look at it right here. You can see him coming off with this thing right here. With the kick. Drops into a small package, cradling that leg, and inside cradle down for the 3 count right there. There you see that 3 count. Now let's take a look at that arm incident.
We're going to take a look at that in a moment. This kid is really hurt. I'll tell you something, he's as tough physically as anybody I've ever been around. But here's where they tried to break the arm.
There you see him driving that knee right into the shoulder right there, and I'll guarantee you that arm is more than likely gone or dislocated or something because he caught it square.
Ladies and gentlemen, Gordon Solie had a chance earlier today to talk to Lex Luger. Here's how it went.
It's 9 minutes past 4 on a Sunday afternoon, February 25th, here in Greensboro. With me is Lex Luger, challenger for the World Heavyweight Championship in just a couple of hours. What are your final thoughts?
All the talking's over with, Gordon, but I've got a big case of the butterflies, but that means I'm ready. That's good for me. That's very bad for Flair. I am in the top physical condition of my life. That's very good for me. That's very bad for you, Flair. You try to tell me how to do my business. You try to take me out. That just made me all the angrier, and that is very, very bad for you, Ric Flair, because Gordon Solie, there's one thing on my mind the last 2 weeks since I received this opportunity, and that is power slam the rack, power slam the rack, power slam the rack. And Gordon, that is one hold that no one in professional wrestling has ever gotten out of, and Flair, you're in that move tonight.
We're going to find out. Lex Luger, the total package going for the greatest total package in wrestling, the World Heavyweight Championship. And now back to Jim Ross and Terry Funk.
Thank you very much, Gordon Solie. And Lex Luger says that Flair will not get out of the rack tonight. It is the figure 4 versus the power moves of Lex Luger. But you say, Terry Funk, you're going with the world's champion tonight.
Yes, I absolutely am. I'm going with the world's champion, and we're fixing to see one of the greatest nights in wrestling. This is an event. This is not a happening. This is an athletic event with the 2 best that the NWA has at this time facing one another. So we're going to have a chance here to possibly see a new world's champion, or we're going to have a chance to possibly see one of the finest wrestling matches that you have ever witnessed.
It all started, of course, ladies and gentlemen, at one of our pay-per-view events in Baltimore, Maryland. Lex Luger came so close to winning the championship. Will tonight be his night? But to be the man, they say you have to beat the man. And the man is standing by now, live with Gordon Solie.
Well, thank you very much, Jim Ross. And right now I want to turn to the World Heavyweight Wrestling Champion, Ric Flair. Rick, earlier this evening I was talking to a lot of ringsiders, and they're predicting you're going to lose tonight.
Well, Gordon Solie, when your name is Ric Flair, woo, you're standing with the most gorgeous creature on the face of this earth, and you have been the king of this sport for 10 years, 6 times. Then you fear no man, and you pay no attention to anybody else's opinion except your own. Now, woman, why don't you tell the wrestling world and Gordon Solie what you think about Lex Luger, baby?
I think Lex Luger better get his engine started.
That says it all, because the one and only world's heavyweight champion is gonna walk that aisle. And Luger, gear up, big man, because Ric Flair is coming your way.
Thank you very much. All right, now let's go to Gary Capetta in the ring for the introductions of our next match.
Ladies and gentlemen, tragedy befell the NWA on February 6th when the most popular wrestler fell to the hands of the sadistic Four Horsemen. Help me welcome our special observer for the following World Heavyweight Championship match. He is charismatic. He is electrifying. He is Sting.
What a moment! What a moment it is. It was so heartbreaking, and yes, get well, Sting, and the fans love this man.
God bless him, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I hope he can return, but sometimes when you're messing with tendons, not cartilages, it gets difficult to do so.
He will be back. When? We do not know.
He may not be back either. That's your opinion, Ross.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is for the World Heavyweight Championship. It is set for one fall with a 1-hour time limit. Introducing first the challenger from Chicago, Illinois, weighing 271 pounds. He is the United States champion, the Total Package. Lex Luger!
He has got to be the most physically gifted athlete in wrestling. He got this opportunity after the Horsemen injured Sting. The United States champion.
These people are standing for that man right there. They're standing for him. They're in the person down right now.
Luger, a 4-year pro. This is his night, he says. He says that the power slam in the rack will put Flair away. Luger, 6'4", 275, 3 times U.S. heavyweight wrestling champion in his first 4 years of his career. Now let's go back to Gary Capetta.
And ladies and gentlemen, his opponent, accompanied to the ring by woman from Charlotte, North Carolina, weighing 242 pounds. And for the 6th time, he is the World Heavyweight Champion, Nature Boy, Ric Flair.
Looking over the shoulders, and with woman at his side, it's the Nature Boy. He won in 1983 the first Starrcade. He beat Harley Race in this very building with Gene Kiniski as the referee to win the World's Heavyweight Championship for the 2nd time. That was 1983. Today is his birthday. What does all that mean? It means I feel like that this is Luger's day. I say, I'm going with a challenger, Terry.
Well, you go with the challenger, and I'll go with the legend in professional wrestling. And he is a legend because he has the respect of his peers. That's the important thing. Hey, when I die, let every other wrestler go ahead and say there was a hell of a man. That's what I want. That's what I want is my buddies and my pals. The pals that I've fought to say that. That means it all.
He has beaten every great star at their peak in his career. He dominated the 80s like no other athlete has ever dominated a decade in wrestling.
I'll say this, he might have beat me, but I'm not going to say he's any better than me, Ross. Are you trying to get me to admit that?
No, sir.
Well, you don't do it, because I won't. He might have met his match tonight, though. Luger looks great, doesn't he?
Looks phenomenal. Woman helping Flair disrobe.
Like I said earlier, take that $20,000 or $30,000 robe off of him. Take that music away from him. Take the flamboyant entrance away from him. And you have still got it all right there. You could dye his hair black if you wanted to. And you still got the greatest bell-to-bell wrestler in the world today. That's why I take him. Now you go ahead, you take Luger if you want to.
Let's hear if we can hear these instructions, Terry.
All right, gentlemen. All right, sir, this is for the World Heavyweight title. It's one fall of a 60-minute time limit and a clean match. No fish, no carotid thrust to the throat. Don't break your eyes, don't pull a hair. Do not pull a man over the top rope. If you go to the floor, you must be back inside the ring by the 10 count, or you will be counted out. You may get a 10 count if you're down on the mat. If you're in the rope, you must break by a 4 count in the ropes. If you make the 5 count, it's a disqualification. Are there any questions?
I got any questions.
You have any questions, Mr. Luger?
You think it's your best tonight?
about yourself.
You better be at your very best
Shut
tonight.
your mouth.
I don't
Shut
talk to you.
your mouth. Here's the
You're
belt.
talking to the world champion, pal.
All right, gentlemen. Here's the belt.
All right, you heard it. You heard the instructions. They are ready. In Baltimore, Maryland, Flair escaped with his life a year and a half ago. Luger did not get the rematches he felt like he wanted. He was a fan favorite immensely at that time. He decided to become his own man, to go his own path. And that path has led him tonight, here in Greensboro, to the heavyweight championship of the world. Side headlock by Flair. A great chain wrestling move there. He's got a big arm behind the back of Lex Luger.
You bet he does. Nice reversal by him up to a hammerlock, and I'm going to make a prediction right now, Jim Ross, and to all of you people out there. Oh, you're going to get your money's worth on pay-per-view. You're going to get your money's worth because you are going to see a classic wrestling match that will go down as one of the best in history tonight.
One fall, 1 hour time limit. World's Heavyweight Championship is at stake. That man, Ric Flair, 6 times world's champion. And that man says that this is his destiny.
There you see a bitter man in Lex Luger, because Luger has been bitter for a long time because he feels like he's been avoided by the champion, and through a stroke of fate, he's in here tonight. He has a chance to change the wrestling of the 90s right here tonight, February 25th. Wrestle War 90.
Flair with an overhand wrist lock, and Luger's great power powered up. And Flair says his hair was pulled.
I think there was a possibility it was.
Small possibility.
A possibility. You see a woman over there watching and viewing what's going on. I'll tell you what, these people are on their feet right now. It's a tension. You can feel it in the air. Like I said, it's not a happening. It's an event. A great event. Look at this. Now, here's where you get the height and reach advantage. If Flair puts his arm up there, he's making a mistake. If he hands to hands him, he's making a mistake because Luger's got the reach on him. He's got the height. That gives you the leverage advantage. You're talking about leverage plus Luger has strength. Don't put it up there, Flair.
Flair, out of the competitive nature, may accept the strength challenge. I will agree with Terry Funk. It'd be a mistake if he does.
Flair's trying to get it down to his own level. See, he's pretty darn smart. Look at him. He's pulling that hand down there.
Luger's got him in that vice-like grip. Oh, he's so strong. Yes, he wrenches it down. Football tackle by Lex Luger. 7 years of professional football. He was the youngest man at 19 to ever play pro football.
Flair wisely went out of the ring right there. Wisely went out of that ring. That was a jarring tackle right there. You know, you get the momentum going your way. You get that idea that I can do it. Flair wants to keep Luger from having that this early in the match, that, hey, I can take this guy. He doesn't want to give him that break in attitude right there. He doesn't want to give him that advantage in the attitude. Battle of wits right now.
Flair, the consummate professional, is a master strategist. He's going to try to frustrate Luger, and she certainly frustrates a lot of guys. Certainly makes my heart flutter a little bit.
Oh, she don't bother me at all. You know, she don't bother me. I look at her all night long. Wouldn't bother me, Jim Ross. Here we go, Jim Bo Diddley Ross. We're watching some great action right here. We're watching a little bit of maneuvering. Taunting. He's having a pretty good time right now, isn't he?
Certainly is. I'm sure Luger, who's not impressed.
How about that, big man?
Woo! There you see him getting ready to tie up.
Flair going downstairs on the Adonis-like Lex Luger.
Flair loves that lower rib kick. Seen that before? Oh my gosh! Oh, right back out there with a clothesline.
Luger came right out of the corner and nailed Flair right in the jaw with a clothesline.
Look out, he's coming up the aisle after him. He's coming up the aisle after him.
He's going to bring him right back to the ring.
He's running with 245 pounds on his back. Flair quickly goes ahead and reverses it, takes the advantage. Didn't even bother Luger. We've got a monster out there tonight. He's geared up for this. And he gives him a little bit of...
The Ross Slam. Military pressing the heavyweight champion of the world.
Hey, I think I'm going to change. I'm going to take Luger.
It's too late.
Oh, no, I was just kidding. I believe in the man lying on his face right there. Believe it or not, at that position, I still think he can come back and do it.
Luger is a smart cookie. He's not going to be tricked by Flair. Luger got a degree in marketing. Graduated with a 3.78 grade average, Terry. That's pretty smart.
It's a whole lot smarter than I am, a 3.78. But what about common sense? Does he have any common sense? I've got a whole lot of it, Jim Ross. Do you know about common sense?
Yes.
Ric Flair's got common sense.
He certainly does. He certainly does. Flair just not letting Luger get any momentum at all. Every time it gets a little hot in the kitchen, Flair evacuates. Now he's back up on the apron and comes back into the ring. Flair has not been successful offensively yet.
Do you notice the referee's doing a great job in this match? He's right in there, calling for the breaks, doing a wonderful job. This is one of Flair's favorite things here. Watch him. He'll go ahead, bag you off, then he'll kick it and catch you with that quick move. I know him like a book.
Flair puts Luger on his back with a football tackle. Good leap for the big man. He just shot
threw him all the way across the ring. That dog.
Flair's under the bottom rope. Flair's back, which was broken some years back in an airplane crash, may be his Achilles heel.
It might be, Jim Ross. I'll agree with you on that. If something's going to be bothering him, work on that back or work on that neck. That's where Luger needs to go to. It's a well-known fact that that's one of Ric Flair's weaknesses, is in that back because of that particular reason.
Oh! Uh-oh, it didn't phase the big man. Look at Flair looking at his face like,
he knows it.
Damn, I can't put him down.
Yeah, he said, damn, boy, I did the wrong thing. He knows he did the wrong thing. And again, all right, these people are on their feet.
Luger is almost saying, I'm going to put you in the rack, Flair, sooner or later. I'm going to work on that back, and I'm going to work on it. There's a bear hug by the 6'4", 275-pound United States heavyweight champion. If he wins this match against that legend, he'll be the first man in NWA history to hold both major singles championships simultaneously. That will be history in the making right here.
To hold them both, but can you defend them both? Can you defend them both?
You
no,
can't.
You can't. You have to let one of them go. Well, I know which one he would let go, don't you?
Of course.
Oh, he's pushing him down in there. He's got that bear hug. There's a 2 count. Get off of that woman there, cameraman. Let's look at some athletes in action. I'm not interested in pretty girls.
Flair popped to the eye. That got him out of the bear hug. Luger is going for straight power moves in this match. Flair has got to try to get on the offensive and stay away from the strength moves. Easier said than done.
That's certainly the truth right there. Referee's right up there, giving them both the count, counting both men to their feet. Luger's back up to his feet in a lot better shape than Ric Flair at this time. Flair backing off, wisely doing so. Now he's coming back up to his feet. Luger's driving into him, going up on the top rope.
Luger has Flair in a precarious position.
Oh, that showboat, look at him showboating up there. He's nothing but a showboat.
Flair in trouble with the heavyweight championship of the world hanging in the balance. Ric Flair is in a lot of trouble in this contest. High Beal right out of the corner. Luger went for a clothesline. Flair very adeptly and quickly moved out of the way.
That's that quickness and that ring savvy right there, knowing where you are at all times, knowing what was behind you, that rope was behind you, putting your head up there high enough to where he can go ahead and make a wild move for you, try to catch you with a clothesline, a quick duck. That was his mistake, Luger's.
Now Flair, who says he's the dirtiest player in the game, rolls outside. Attack Luger, buries the right foot deep into the ribs. You can hear those shots.
Oh my gosh. No, he deserves that. He deserved that for that showboating while ago. Showboating, crawling up on the rope, looking at the people and punching him into the people down there. Did you catch that chop?
He's got a big chest. That's a heck of a target. Luger feeling the pain after falling to the concrete over the top rope. Flair very wisely returns to the ring.
You can't win that match on the floor. Flair's exactly where he needs to be.
Flair with that chop, nobody, I mean nobody in wrestling executes that judo chop like the Nature Boy. And Flair throws Luger outside. Flair wants the woman up on the apron. I don't know if she doesn't belong there.
And I'm telling you,
Luger rams into the steel barricade. The referee is having a confab over there. Oh, wow, what a shot.
Flair had better be careful. He better be careful. Don't push your luck, Flair. Don't push your luck. Was he talking to you then, Jim Ross?
I hope not. Right hand by the Nature Boy. And the cocky, arrogant world's champion is in control. He does not want Luger to return to the ring. And she is happy now. Luger has got to regroup. The big Adonis has been hammered by the champion of the world, who is waiting in the ring. The U.S. champion and the #1 contender for the world title fights his way back up to the apron.
There comes that right to the face by Ric Flair, our champion right there. Don't push a referee, Rick. Don't push that referee. Be careful, boy. You've got him where you want him, didn't you?
Referee using his count. Luger back on the apron. The count has stopped. Luger back in the ring. And Flair will bear him over.
Watch out for this knee. Here comes his patented move right here. Believe me, that'll give you a headache.
The right knee squarely across the forehead of Lex Luger. Flair is so vicious. The ultimate challenge for him is Lex Luger. Snap mirror over.
Don't like this one, woman.
He says, you'll like this one, woman. Wow, right across the head again. Flair grapevines the leg on top of the lateral. Wow, what strength. He's a 500-pound bench presser.
That power is something, isn't it? That power is hard to compete with. Terrific chop there. A right by Luger, a chop. Another right by Luger, another right by Luger, another right by Luger, another right by Luger, another one, a big one that time to the top of the head.
Luger went for the big move. Flair, who is as wily as they come, moved out of the way. Luger rammed his shoulder into the top turnbuckle. Now will Flair be able to capitalize on that miscue by the challenger?
Let's back him off the rope.
How about it, Luger? Flair takes him down, working on that massive arm. He's got his foot on the rope.
Nice move by his part right there. He's getting that leverage right there.
He's cheating.
He's cheating.
Yes, he's cheating.
He is cheating, isn't he? I didn't notice that before. That is cheating there.
Hey, shut up!
He's talking to you again, Ross. I think it's becoming personal.
The fans here certainly have a total disdain for Flair after what the Horseman did to Sting. Boy, it's great seeing him, man. It chills up my spine to see that great athlete. Look at this hammer lock, and he's got it locked in well. He's near the ropes again, using them for leverage. It's his strength and the ropes. An unbeatable combination if the referee doesn't break it.
That is exactly right. That's exactly right. And you know, the Horsemen, what do they do? What do they go for, Jim Ross? What do they work on?
They work on the arm, and they work on it relentlessly. Flair on that big tricep trying to knot it up. Luger's arms are about as big as a lot of guys' thighs.
It might be bigger than mine.
He is a massive individual, but Flair trying to cut him down to size. Uh-oh. He's in that corner. He likes to chop it. Wow. Working on the arm, the Horseman way.
Break it up here.
Luger fighting.
Get off the ropes. Break it up.
Luger with a handful of hair. Pushes Flair back.
He's taking half the power. Take that one arm away, but did you see that clothesline then?
He has got so much power in that massive frame. The prototype of the 1990 wrestler is Lex Luger. And Flair, oh, he poked him right in the eye. That was blatant, right in the eye with a thumb.
You have to find that Achilles tendon, you know, and that eyeball works pretty good sometimes.
Oh, woman just slapped him or something. She either poked him in the eye herself with her fingernails or slapped him. The fans here totally irate now that has happened.
I didn't see that at all. I must have missed it.
Take my word for it, it happened. Now Flair, breaking every rule in the book, it's almost as if he's in a desperate state because Luger was controlling this decisively during the early going.
No, I'll say this, you know, as I'll say, he's looking for an Achilles tendon and all of that, but I'll tell you something. To go for the eyes like that, you know, that's a little bit too much. Well, that is the difference between me and Ric Flair. You know, I wouldn't do anything like that, go for a person's eyes or anything like that, Jim Ross, would I?
Of course not. Of course not. Flair, a hammerlock, and a crowd getting behind Luger. What a great wrestling crowd here in Greensboro, North Carolina. This is Wrestle War 90, and this is the main event for the heavyweight championship of the world. The champion, Ric Flair, controlling the action at this point in time. But can Luger, who was looking tremendous with the power moves early, get back on the attack? His adrenaline must be flowing. He's back up to a vertical base.
Flair grabbing an arm. That referee, when he went for the punch, that was the right move on his part. Referee grabbed the arm on him. Flair caught him with a good solid kick, though.
Flair draping Luger over the middle rope. Well, what's she gonna do? Oh, she's pulling his hair, please.
You know, that's kind of like an ant on something. It's antagonizing, isn't it? It
And
irritates
distracting.
and distracting.
She's got to be the most hated woman in wrestling today. That is woman I'm speaking of. As beautiful as she is even more devious, it would seem. And Luger trying to mount the offense, but Flair is staying right on the attack. It is Flair, the consummate wrestler, controlling the action. Will he drop the knee? Oh, right on the tricep. Lateral press. His feet on the ropes.
Good move.
Luger, a lesser man, would be pinned here.
You know, I'm talking about smart wrestling, not what's right or what's wrong. But Flair is using every trick that he knows. And he knows that he's going to have to if he's going to maintain that World's Heavyweight Championship.
Get off the corner, break it up right now.
Much like they worked on the arm of Scotty Steiner. They're trying to do it with Lex Luger, and Luger's got a handful of fruit. Gonna choke Flair down. Luger knows very well how to break the rules and fight fire with fire. He may not be the most popular athlete in the NWA, but against Ric Flair, he's the fan favorite here in Greensboro. Oh, Flair inside.
Oh, my gosh. Luger's right down on top of him. Luger's out. The referee's out, too.
Luger's gonna try to take advantage of that.
Oh, my God. Look at Luger just looking at him.
Flair doesn't want any part of this massive individual.
And I don't blame him.
Luger says, get up and fight like a man. Flair again, left kick to the midsection. Says Luger for a ride, but he missed the elbow. And Luger powers into the sleeper. He powered into that hole.
He powered into it, and he's hanging on to it, too, right now. And can you imagine arms like that around your neck? This could possibly be it.
How about it, Flair?
We have not seen Luger use a sleep hold. We thought he would use power moves exclusively. I'm sure Flair thought that as well. The sleep hold is a surprise offensive move by Luger.
It's also a very wise thing on his part. Flair's trying to make it to those ropes. He's got a long ways to go yet. Luger's hanging on to it, cranking on that neck. Look at the position of that neck right now. He's got it cranked over to one side. He's down on top of him. 2 count, 3.
Flair's foot on the rope. Woman screaming. She is beside herself that her main man just almost came within a half a count of losing the heavyweight championship of the world to the total package.
Total package shoves him off, catches him in that sleeper again.
Good move by Flair. Battle the back suplex. Great counter wrestling by the heavyweight champion. And the physical toll is certainly taking its place here on these two men.
Absolutely. Did you notice whenever Luger went ahead and threw him into those ropes and caught him with that sleeper, he's using a combination clothesline and to go into that sleeper. Like you say, it's a power sleeper thing. Look at the face on her.
She is very concerned.
That's the meanest I've seen her look.
Flair now on the apron.
Uh-oh, vertical suplex out. Look out. Look out.
Luger's trying to block it. And he does! Luger brings Flair back in. What's he gonna do here? Flair trying to escape, but Luger's got him by the leg. Luger! Wraps it around the steel. I'm sure that Sting is enjoying what he is seeing now. Sting is not Luger's best pal, I'll assure you, but he totally hates Ric Flair.
Do you think he'll possibly go for that leg, try to take it all away?
Flair brought high off the ropes.
He's going back to it. He's going back to that leg. Cranking on it. Trying to put that figure four, but Flair turns out of it.
Luger, who is not proficient at the figure four, but tried to use it and damage that leg, but Flair poked him with a thumb right to the eye. Flair limping noticeably now.
Fans, you are watching a World's Championship match. This is not any World's Championship. This is the NWA. The best in the world, and you're looking at our two best right now.
Flair with a big shot goes for the momentum. Took a lot of momentum with the ropes to put Luger down.
Going back again.
Power slam. Luger countered with a power slam. He's on top. He's right on the leg. We have two.
Yeah.
Oh, the answers. So close. So close.
That was close, Jim Ross. That was as close as I've seen a 3 count right there. Uh-oh.
He's knocking the perspiration off that massive chest. This may be the night that Luger realizes what he says is his destiny. Get it back up into the another thumb to the eye.
He's hanging on. Moving back into the ring. Right now, I'm sure he's thinking, is tonight going to be the night? I've got to hang on to it. I've got to keep this thing. This is my life. It's all on the line tonight.
Flair trying to hip hop. Luger reverses it. He's got both arms tucked there. Time for a backslide. Flair, 1, 2. Look at Luger. He thought he had him. He thought he had him, and so did I. My. Man, this is great. What a matchup. Great camera shot. Those big fists coming right into your living room. Luger.
Cut him on the back of that leg. Cut him on the back of that leg low there.
Boy, this one can go either way.
Come on, Nature Boy.
Anyone's match to win.
God, please. Come on, Nate. Come on.
Why don't the girls holler for me like that? Why don't they holler for me, Jim Ross? Oh, there he is.
Flair off the top. Big club-like blow to the head of Luger. And now Flair, the man, is back on top. Flair up top again. Another blow right to the head. He's He's on top of Luger, trying to grapevine the leg. But Luger kicked out. That's 2.5, another near fall.
Great job by our referee again. Sliding in there on time, doing a good job, giving these two wrestlers leeway, but staying on the top of them the best he can. Keeping the rules and regulations here. He thinks, by golly, if there's going to be a title change, let's have the best man do it.
Double arm suplex. Luger right on the small of his back. Flair floats over. 1, 2, and Luger kicked out again. Flair cannot hold this awesome athlete down. I think she must feel like I do at this time that her man just may lose that championship tonight, and now Flair with a sleep. Sleeper hold. Luger carrying him around. What strength by Luger. This guy is phenomenal.
Well, let's put strength against ability, though. Which are you going to take? I'll take ability every time, but I hate to say this, Luger has ability and strength. He does.
He certainly does.
Son of a gun.
The sleeper. Flair with it locked in. Luger down to one knee. Even this big giant. If the oxygen is restricted to the brain, even he will go out.
He's cranking on it, too.
This hold is a great equalizer.
It'll take that strength right out of you, I'll guarantee you that.
Luger knows what it's like to reach down. He played in the offensive line in pro football for 7 seasons. But I don't think in the gridiron he was ever tested like he is being tested here by the heavyweight champion. And she cannot believe that Luger did not be put away right there.
He's coming back to his feet again. Coming back to his feet again, fighting back up. He's not fighting up quite so quickly as he did before. Look at that face, that tells it all.
Flair with a sleep, really got it locked in. Cranking it. Luger trying to keep the oxygen flowing. Flair shoots him to the corner. There's a cradle. 1, 2. Luger would not stay down.
Desperation clothesline there. Comes over for the pin. Cradles the leg.
1, 2. Flair's left shoulder came off the canvas.
A bit of frustration shown on Luger's part. Flair moves out of the way.
Luger went away from his game plan momentarily for a high-risk elbow drop. He may not have the strength now for the strictly power moves. It's hard to say. This match is, we're 20-25 minutes in this thing.
Frustration pushed him into a bad decision right then. Oh!
Listen to that. That's the NWA style. Man on man and physical. Now, Flair got that big leg up, right across his thigh, and that is the first step on the road to the figure 4.
That also drives that knee past normal extension, and it puts pressure on that cartilage area. Kicking it right in the cartilage area right now on Luger.
Flair again. This is vintage Nature Boy Ric Flair, dropping the leg of Luger across Flair's thigh, working on that knee, and now we may be moments away from seeing the figure 4, but he wants to weaken it some more.
Driving that knee past normal extension, now dropping into it again. Luger's in trouble now. You know, you can take a man's body apart. You can have the tendons, you can have the ligaments and everything else. You can have the muscle. But whenever you go to work on a joint, you go to separating that joint, I'll tell you, we're all equal.
Right across the knee comes Flair. Flair now taking the legs away from Lex Luger.
I know just exactly how he feels right now. There it is, the figure 4 leg lock, Jim.
The figure 4, and this is Flair's baby, but he's holding the top ropes for additional leverage. Luger up at 2.5.
He may not come out of this right here. He's got him into it. He's got that top rope. He's using it for that leverage. He's got him in it. He's counting. He's hurting. Luger's
These people are on their feet because of that man. Sting was watching this in the back. It was very dangerous for him to be out here.
He's out of his mind. He's out of his ever-loving mind coming down to this ring at this time. 2 count. Flair's looking over there. He sees Sting. Luger sees him.
Luger trying to reverse the figure 4 and turn Flair all the way over. Let Sting say, turn him over.
He's giving him instructions. He's giving him instructions.
Luger in trouble here. Sting is exhorting Luger on. Look at Flair taunting Sting. What a sick human being to taunt this guy that he put in the hospital.
The heck with him.
He's trying to tell Luger to come out of it.
Wake up! Come on and chicken, you know what? Get in there, get in! Do something! Do it! Come on! Do it!
Sting motivating Luger. And now Luger has a new rush. The adrenaline rush. And the Stinger chanting, do something to him. Beat him. Take the title.
Here he comes. Flair wisely goes out of the ring at this time. Luger comes after him. What's he going to do with him? He's going to shoot him into the ring. Luger came right back up.
Luger. He cannot feel pain now. He seemingly does not feel the pain. Sting has motivated Luger. Flair is in big trouble. Luger's got Flair up. Military press. Ric Flair is in jeopardy, but he poked him in the eye. Flair will come up the top again. But Luger's got him. Luger's got him on top.
Gosh! Here he comes. Here he comes, brother. He's got him in a ring.
We may be moments away from a new heavyweight champion of the world crown. Big impact moves.
Did you hear that one? He's saying, get up, get up, get up. Right over the top rope.
What a clothesline. What velocity. Incredible power from that man. Oh, he's awesome.
Pulls him back up to the apron, gonna vertical suplex him into the ring.
Luger suplexes Flair back in. Flair may be beat 1.
This is it.
2. This is it. How close can it get? How close can it get? Luger had him. I thought he had him. He was so close.
That was so close, I'll tell you what, that was within a hair's breadth.
Slam. He said he was going to use it, and now he says it's time. It is time for the torture rack.
Flair,
and nobody gets out of the torture rack.
Flair better head for that apron right now if he's got the opportunity.
Oh, look at Woman slapping.
He's got her. He's got her. He's got her up on the apron.
He's tired of her interference.
He says something.
Watch your back, Luger. Flair drives a knee to referee's down. Patrick's hand hit face first into the turnbuckle.
Come on, Flair, leave the ring, boy. Leave the ring. If you're smart, leave the ring, Flair. You got an animal in there.
Luger now. On top. There's Sting looking on. Luger has it going his way. Flair upsides down. Tony with a clothesline. That's all. 1, 2, 3. He's bending. No ref for the rest out. Oh, gosh, what a bad break for Luger.
What is this? What's this, Jim Ross? It stands up on the rope.
It's a leg superplex. Let's hear this impact. He's on top again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
7, 8, 9.
He's pinned him 3 times there. 3 counts. That's 9. Wait a minute. There's Arn Anderson. And only Anderson. They know Flair is in big trouble. Sting, oh my God, Sting is down here. Why did he come back?
This is the biggest man in wrestling today.
Flair in the ring. It's all of it. Flair is a beaten man. Ric Flair is a beaten man here. Luger's got the right. Only an arm, no. But Luger is going to win this one.
The referee's coming back up to his feet. Uh-oh. Oh, look at this. Look at this.
Oh, my God.
It's got him.
Luger's going to put him down. Luger's going to come out and help Sting. The referee's using his count.
Luger's like a wild animal. Like a wild animal. Left and right. And left and left.
The count.
Pay attention,
Get back in the ring.
Pay
Get back in
attention
the
to the
ring.
count. Pay attention to the count.
Luger came to save Sting. He's counted out.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner and still World Heavyweight Champion, Nature Boy, Ric Flair!
They're dropping him in there. They're dropping him back on there. They're hitting him. They DDT'd him. Here comes the Steiners. Here comes the Steiners are in the ring now. Both Steiners are in the ring. It's a good thing they got there to clear him out at that particular time. Why did Lex Luger do it? He's down and he's in the middle of the ring. Let's take a look at this. There's the torture rack. He's got him in it. There you see Sting and Ole Anderson right there. There you see him holding him hostage, Arn Anderson, right at this particular time. Ole Anderson picks up that crutch. Luger sees it. He comes out of the ring for the compassion of another man. I'll tell you what, he had the world's championship at that time, but he came down and out of the ring. I know that I wouldn't do it. There you see the referee counting at this particular time. Both men are hanging on to him.
What a shocking situation here. Luger counted out of the ring. Fans, thanks very much for being with us here at Wrestle War Wild Thing. For Terry Funk, I'm Jim Ross. We'll appreciate you very much. We'll see you again, Tuxedo Terry, on May 19th for Armed and Dangerous from Washington, D.C.
Boy, you talk about excitement. I'm telling you what, it was an exciting match tonight. It was the best thing that I've seen since I don't know when.
We saw another side of Lex Luger. I don't know if he's the most popular guy in the NWA or not, but the situation is that he sacrificed the championship to save Sting from injury.
Hey, not many people would have done that. I wouldn't have done it.
Fans, we'll see you. So long, everybody.